The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Footsteps down the hall, fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Top it up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world fire. Where's the baby? Missing shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What up, YouTube? It's Dolly back in the house. And of course, tonight I got the lovely PJ with me, and we got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be talking about the teen that was found dismembered in the back of a Tesla. And now here's the crazy thing. It's a famous singer's car that was impounded from Hollywood. And when they searched the vehicle, they found a dismembered body. Well, these days, that's not very shocking. But what is shocking is the singer is still out free and performing concerts on a U.S. tour. Okay, also,
he canceled some dates, though.
Well, just one. He canceled one date, and we'll get into that in just 1 second there, PJ. We're also going to be talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, the latest update in that case. And, of course, a bombshell in the Emmanuel Haro case. But first, I'm going to need them to do something, PJ. What do they need to do?
Hit the like button?
They need to hit the like button, but first, they need to leave their DNA and their fingerprints on that like button. And if they haven't yet, sub up, ring the bell for notifications. And, of course, feel free to share PJ's beautiful face everywhere. Okay, maybe not my ugly face. It's a little bit harder to share this face right here, but this one's shareable. It's shareable. Okay. So let me give my warnings real quick. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. Ain't that right, PJ?
Thank you, Vincent. Yeah, that's right.
That is right. So don't take nothing here as fact. Just my opinion, people. Completely satire. The callers tonight, their opinions are theirs alone, not to reflect on Dolly. Thank you, Kelly, for becoming a member. And just remember, everyone is innocent to proven guilty. Even David with the body in his car, even Jack and Lilly with their parents giving inconsistent statements. And I don't know so much about the Emmanuel Haro case. I think they're guilty as shit, but we're going to say innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. And the biggest one of them all. Okay, I don't care if you break every 10 commandments and all that good stuff. Just never, and I repeat, never try to be Dolly at home. It's dangerous. What could happen to him, PJ?
Your head could explode.
Gone, done, over with. Okay, Jack and Lilly Sullivan. Now we got to the point that these kids from Nova Scotia, they were in the house with their parents. The parents overslept, and when they woke up, their kids were gone. Well, they said they were in and out of consciousness, like a magic trick,
They
PJ.
vanished.
Like poof, it's gone, disappeared.
Mhm.
Well, the police are back on the search. I thought they had gave up the searches. I'm going to be honest. After that last search they did, I was like, okay, they're going to give up the searching. And the wild thing about all this in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case is both of them passed a lie detector's test, PJ. They passed. But here's the thing. We know that they are liars. We know this because of inconsistent statements they have gave up here on the internet. The father has blamed the mother. The mother has blamed the father.
Mhm.
But then when they go to the police, they don't blame each other. They go with a different story. The kids have been kidnapped or check the borders. And then when they get on YouTube channels, they tend to say that the kids are alive and Malaya hit them.
Yeah.
So how can you tell all these inconsistent statements and still the police think you're innocent, right? Now
That's really
listen,
weird.
if I committed any crime, I don't care if it was jaywalking or if I spilt this soda on the floor, the police are going to find me. They're going to prosecute me, and Dolly is going to jail. Now,
Don't spill the soda.
we do not spill the soda, whatever we do. And it's just like this singer we're going to get into. His car was found with a body in the car, and they ain't really even pulled him in for questioning. Right now, they're not
Wasn't
even
reported
saying
missing or nothing.
the car wasn't reported stolen, nothing. And there's a body in the car, and they don't even bring him in for questioning right now. They're not even saying he's a suspect, but we're going to get to that next. So they're going to bring in cadaver dogs in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case
Why haven't they done that already?
because I think new evidence has led them to believe that the children are no longer with us and they're dead.
When this was first released, that they were getting ready to release these dogs, it was posted as a story on a couple of Facebook pages as if there was remains found and they were sending cadaver dogs to make sure that something strange.
Well, YouTubers, they're in this hurry and, for clicks and views. And I done seen 10 videos that done seen Emmanuel Haro's body recovered.
Oh, yeah.
And the body has not been recovered.
No.
Jack and Lily's body hasn't been recovered. Everybody is just trying to get some clicks and views off of this, reporting fake information or misinformation.
I mean, we're all here to want to get views, but it's important to make sure your information is correct.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
happened to that?
we seen that in the very beginning. There was a reporter that was out there with me, street reporter. That's what I like to call reporters. Like what I do is a street reporter because you're from the streets, not quite a national news reporter, but you had on the Tita and he was out there and he seen Jake Haro out there on the side of the road. So he assumed that the body had been found, and when actuality,
And then when
it hadn't
he said
been.
it, everybody repeated it. As
Yes.
if it was,
Like said by Jesus.
yeah.
Latino Jesus said it, right? So everybody ran with it, and everybody was just completely wrong, right? So, over the years, I've learned a lot with these missing kid cases. One, if they would have found remains, they would have had a blue tarp up or a big white tarp. They would have had it covered up so spectators
cornered off.
couldn't see it. That's right. They would have had it taped off. They would have had, they would have backed the public up, and they would have been a corner van there. We didn't see any of those things. So to jump to the conclusion that the baby's dead and he's been found, little premature. I can see how it could happen, but still a little premature. And we've seen this in Jack and Lilly. We've seen this in a lot of these kids that are going up missing. People are just reporting them. But, in most of these cases, we know the situation. We know Jack and Lilly is no longer with us. And now this is just my opinion, right? And I guarantee you I'm not wrong about this one. These kids have been gone for a while,
There's just no reason for them to be hidden.
Yeah, there's no reason to hide them on a reservation. So many people are like, they were on a reservation. Then, we had What was the crazy dude that kept calling in here?
I stopped listening. I don't know.
What was the old man's name? Dogwood, Durwood, O'Grady, right?
That's not his real name. I think it's like Darren or Daryl.
Yeah, Darren or whatever it may be.
Say.
You know, you had all these people coming in, you know, trying to defend Daniel, saying the kid was kidnapped and Daniel's all this. And he's a good guy and we ain't never seen him do drugs. And then you got all of Malaya Brooks's family saying he's on drugs. And should Daniel and Malaya be scared at this point?
I don't know.
I mean, after this much time, right, you would just be bones.
Right.
So say somebody abused you, but unless you have broken bones, there's going to be really no way to determine how these babies died. Right? Because they would just be skeleton remains at this point. Kind of like, remember when Quentin Simon died? Yeah. They couldn't tell how.
They couldn't tell anything.
They couldn't tell how he died.
They didn't even have but a couple pieces.
They only had, a couple pieces of his remains. And so in court with Leilani, they never discussed how this baby died. And this is the reason why Leilani Simon is pushing for a new trial now, that she was convicted of murder, but they never proved that this baby was murdered.
She did it.
I know she did it.
I
know she did it. But the point is, it's hard at a certain time to tell what the cause of death is because there would be no organs left.
Right. But at a point in time where you're the parent and you're responsible for your child and your child suddenly is missing, you didn't call and say, hey, there was an accident. Come help me. There's nothing else left.
Yeah.
You did it. For whatever reason, you covered it up, whatever. Even if it was an accident at that point, you didn't call for help. So therefore, you're to blame, in my opinion.
And let's just think about it like this. What if the kids did get out and get into the woods? According to them, they wasn't missing long. I think if they did get out into these woods, that they were out there a lot longer than what the parents are reporting.
I don't think they're in the woods.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think they may be buried somewhere. My belief is this, and this is just my opinion, that these children, Jack and Lilly Sullivan, are victims of foul play by somebody in their family or the family's immediate associates. And here's the thing that leads me to that is, if your kid just did go missing, right? And Ruby Joy is jumping on the Dolly train. You know what? Me and PJ was talking. I told her, I said, listen, I think I can get more people on the Dolly Blessed Express than you can the PJ train. And she told me no, that more you guys would jump on the PJ train because she was more loved.
Channel. I'm not.
So yeah, I want to know what train are y'all getting on tonight? Are y'all getting on the Dolly train or y'all getting on the PJ bus? Okay.
You're always trying to have some type of competition, and it's you literally have 80,000.
I told her, I said, I think,
how am I supposed to compete with that? It's not even possible.
I think the Dolly train be popping. We be partying on the Dolly train. We be like, whoa, Dolly train, right? So anyway,
I'm not doing all that.
We're gonna jump into this video where they talk about cadaver dogs and possibly some new evidence in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case, okay? That may lead them to believe that Jack and Lilly are deceased.
I don't understand how these parents are living a normal life as if nothing happened.
Because they don't give two dams, right? This is what I'm talking about. Behavior says a lot. No normal mother would act like this, would take off and just Joe Dirt their kid unless they had something to do with the disappearance.
Well, it speaks for me that it's another tool in their toolbox. So.
Smiley face emoji.
Pat said, I'm a jump in. Ha ha. She's on the train. Pat got on the train with us. All right. Let's make sure this is all the way up. All right. Let's blow it up.
This former major crimes investigator says he thinks police are on the right track. The RCMP announced Friday it's bringing in cadaver dogs in the search for Lilly and Jack Sullivan, which are used to look for human remains.
Well, when you call cadaver dogs,
James is on the train.
For one reason is because they are most effective when they're looking for decomposition. Two, where are they looking for decomposition and why? What information do they have that takes them to that particular position?
Police won't share details on dates, times, or the locations of the upcoming searches. In a statement to Global News, an RCMP spokesperson said there is nothing definitive to support the children are dead, but previous searches have not yielded any results. RCMP say, quote, deploying the human remains detection teams at this point aligns with the investigative efforts to date. All scenarios are being considered. It's critical for investigators to remain open to all possibilities to ensure our investigation is fully comprehensive. Speaking to reporters on Friday, RCMP say these cadaver dogs can find decomposing bodies several feet in the ground, along with operating within water and with burnt remains.
We know it's going to take time. We wish it'd be faster, but we have to be patient.
The two children were first reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station in Pictou County on May 2nd, prompting a large-scale search effort involving hundreds of volunteers. Police say more than 80 interviews, 800 tips, and thousands of video have been compiled throughout the investigation, along with polygraph tests and forensic examinations on items discovered in the search. This staff sergeant says the cadaver dog search will continue until every angle has been explored.
There's no real timeline to follow until you extinguish all possibilities.
Mitchell Bailey, Global News, Halifax.
Hey, I'm Adam Sam.
Okay, so I want to touch in on this. They said, Connie, I would like a seat, please. Connie's getting on the Blessed Express. She didn't say, was it the PJ?
Like a seat, please.
Or the Dolly train?
Smiley face.
PJ got the bus. I say it's the short bus, but she may say it's a little bigger than it is. But anyway, they're not telling anybody where they're searching, when they're searching, or what time they're searching. You know why? Because they don't want nobody to try to move the bodies or interfere in the investigation. Because I believe at this point, they are still focusing on the parents, even though they're saying they're not.
Well, I know, because they don't have to tell you what they're doing or why they're doing it or how they're doing it. And
I love you both.
Entire time.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking there's something new. Well, maybe they think the dogs will find them now that, you know, of course.
They only have 381 likes. Why am I here?
381 likes. That's a lot of likes.
For 700 and some people.
You could have said, thank you guys for liking the video. Now the other 400 of you fucks like the video. Okay, I'm playing. But yeah, you know, listen, even if the dogs at this point, like I was saying, remember Brian Laundrie?
I don't want to talk about, I don't think Brian Laundrie was there or that was really Brian Laundrie. So we can go to a different story.
No, we can't go to a different story. We're talking about this story.
Brian Laundrie literally was just a mandible bone and had family
in
members
2 weeks.
I just don't, something funky smells.
In 2 weeks, he completely rotted. Now look at Hatfields and McCoys when they found that dude that was shooting in traffic, and he went on the run, and he was like a week out, and he was all bones.
Yeah, I mean, I believe
the buzzards pecked him apart, right?
That's not the problem. My problem is that he wasn't found by nobody, and then his parents suddenly walked up onto his backpack within 5 minutes of coming out to the scene. Something smells to me.
Brian Laundrie's dead, PJ.
I don't care if he's dead.
He died.
I don't care, but it's weird that his parents somehow just happened when all them other. If you're gonna say, "Oh, the dogs couldn't find him," then all of them police officers and the
dogs did walk right by him. So did the police.
So did a million other people that were searching for him.
But were they cadaver dogs or were they just weed dogs? Because most of these dogs, yeah, most of them drug dogs are strung out on drugs. They are. That's how they train them. They train them with drugs. The dogs get addicted. And next thing you know, the dogs are fiending and they go out and find the drugs.
One for the Lolo Blessed Express.
Okay, the Lolo train. We didn't even think about that. Okay, the Lolo train and the Wrangler Express. All right.
Why is it Lolo Wrangler? Because Lolo loves me more than she loves you. So it really should be Lolo Wrangler.
Wranglers done moved over to me. He done became my dog now.
See? Yes, PJ, I agree. 100%, PJ. PJ, I agree. I agree, PJ. That's right, PJ.
Because y'all are conspiracy people out there. The man is dead, okay? He's in hell right now getting poked with a pitchfork like this, right? Because he killed Gabby Petito.
Nobody could find him, and then suddenly his parents show up and point out his backpack. It's just weird.
The story's not about Brian laundry. It's about how fast your body decomposes.
No, but you're trying to point out that cadaver dogs don't actually do what they're supposed to do, but yet they've been used for how long? You don't really think that if they didn't work or if they didn't really do what they were supposed to do?
How often do you hear about a cadaver dog finding a body?
How often do you have people bury
Let me
bodies?
ask you this. Do you hear about more hikers finding bodies or cadaver dogs?
Blessed Express.
Thank you, Taterbug.
I mean, it's probably about the same for me.
I don't never hear about cadaver dogs finding bodies. I always hear a hiker was going down a trail and stumbled across a body.
Well, yeah, that's for the people that aren't even.
You know
being
what?
looked at the
Maybe
time.
them police should put a leash on hikers.
Oh my god!
And the hikers let them search, and you
You're
would
not
find more
funny.
bodies. Okay, I'm not saying more hikers find bodies than cadaver dogs.
Blessed Express. Let's roll choo choo. PJ
I love
Train.
Moto Mom.
Train
Thank you.
PJ traitor, Moto Mom, you damn traitor.
Moto Mom is the one that got us them pop-up dolls that are us.
Oh, I know. Watching you, Moto Mom.
I love those.
Okay.
They're so cool.
I got
looking.
eyes on you, lady.
My sister,
Okay.
when she got the pop doll that she got you for birthday, she's like, "Why do you have?" Oh, I was like, "We collect them. We have ones that are us." And she's like, "Nah."
Uh-huh.
So yes, we do.
Okay.
That means you made it big.
Oh, and hand me that real quick. I want to show. I got this at the horror convention. I don't know if y'all can see this. Anybody know who that is? Anybody? You know I'm a big kid, right? And I said, I was saying something about Ernest Driftwood being at this horror convention. That's Otis Driftwood.
Mm-hmm.
See, Otis Driftwood. PJ didn't know who Otis Driftwood was. I was like, he's a dude from a House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects. Okay. So I just got these. Tell me they ain't cool. They cool. There's Sherry Moon Zombie right here. Captain Spaulding and Otis Driftwood. All right. 3 from hell. Yes, absolutely.
You know, it paused me.
Okay. So do we think they're going to find anything in this search for Jack and Lilly?
I don't know why they're looking. It's like
Because they're missing.
No, I understand that, but you're saying you think they might have had another tip, and that's why they're starting it back up, and that's why they're going out. If that's the case, then yes, it's possible.
You know
they
why?
could find them.
You
If
know
not,
why? I think.
Then no.
You know why I think there's another tip?
Why?
Because they didn't say they were searching at the house. They said they wasn't going to tell the locations they were searching.
Yeah, that just means that they don't want a spectacle out there with outsiders coming.
Or
there
a tip came in and they have a place of interest to search. So they may know something. They may have gotten some of this data back from their phones, because you know it takes a while to get all this data back and in, and maybe they're checking locations that their phone pinged in.
I mean, it's possible.
You know,
If
and
that's the case, then I mean they could find something. But if it's just a random, hey, we're just gonna let the dogs out just to do whatever.
who
then-
let the dogs out? Oof, oof. All right, quick question for the chat, because there's about 800 of you here now. How many of y'all think these cadaver dogs will lead us to Jack and Lilly? Press 1 if you think we may get something good out of this. If you think it's a big nothing burger and we're going to be in the same place as we are
Siri.
right now, press 2.
What
Okay.
is the statistic of cadaver dogs finding missing people?
Okay, we got some hope out there. There's still some people that think it's a nothing burger. But I see some people pressing 1. Keep that hope alive, I guess. You know, listen, to be honest, I don't think nothing will be found, just truthfully. But I'm hopeful. So I will go with 1. I'll go with 1. I hope something does come out of it. I pray we get a miracle. And these kids, we know, I know they're not with us. So at this point, I'm hoping, they get laid to rest and a proper burial. And it's hard to think that if these kids are found, were they put there or did they get there on their own?
I want to ride PJ Choo Choo too. Smiley face emoji.
Tater bug.
Green face
Tater
emoji.
bug.
I'm watching you, Tater Bug.
You
All right.
started it.
I ain't feeling the love tonight.
I told you not to do it.
I'm saying, look.
Stop.
Okay. All right, y'all see that? That was almost a real tear.
You know
Look
what?
at it. Look at it. Look right there, real close, real
Okay,
close.
I might have
You
to
got to
say
come
that
in.
you're
You got to move
right.
in a little bit. Okay.
Because the cadaver dog numbers for statistics officially are 90 to 99% when it's in a controlled lab field trial training ad study environment. But in the real world operational searches, performance is more variable and often lower than controlled trials because of complicating factors: burial depth, soil type, water scavenging, weather, time since death, distractor, odors, and handler influence. Reported field detection rates are heterogeneous, and not summarizing to a single reliable percentage in the literature.
Okay,
It
now
won't even give me a
how
number.
many hikers find bodies a year?
All the time.
Okay, search
I've
Google
heard-
it. I
I
want
mean,
to
I've heard of
ask
at least
Google.
5.
Ask Google. How many bodies do hikers find a year?
No,
Okay,
but look, it won't even give me a number at all.
I'm just saying hikers are better than crime dogs.
So why in the hell would they keep trying to use them then? It doesn't make any sense. That just seems
I don't
like
know. Maybe because people want to take their dog for a walk. Dogs need exercise too. I've never been confident in these dogs. Okay, I just haven't. Ever since Brian Laundrie, right now, y'all can say it's a conspiracy and Brian Laundrie was never there, but ever since Brian Laundrie and them dogs were just walking past him, I'm talking about bloodhounds, beagles, German shepherds, then you name a breed of dog, it walked right past his bones while he was sitting there rotting in that damn park, and not one dog sniffed him out. Okay. So since then, I'm like, okay, these dogs ain't the only thing they can find is drugs. Dogs can find the hell out some drugs now. They because they strung out. They junky ass dogs. Okay. So in order
to the dog.
no, I'm just saying this is how they do it. They take drugs and they put it in the toy, right? And then they play with the dog where the dog gets the taste and smell of the drugs, right? And then they hide the toy and they're like, get your toy, get your toy. And then the dog is trying to find the toy. So when
because it's addicted to the drug?
because it likes the drug, right? In the toy. The toy is basically what does it, right? Because the dog wants its toy. It's like you playing. The dog thinks it's playing. Look, there's another PJ train. I see you. I
PJ
see
train,
you. Okay.
steam
I
locomotive
see how it is. I
emoji,
see how it
steam
is tonight.
locomotive emoji,
It's your favorite.
steam
You
locomotive
actually freaking
emoji,
get
tulip
super cat from
emoji.
Terry all day. So it's
My
not
train is empty. Okay. Get close enough to Taterbug
Get
and I will
close
jump
enough
back
to
and forth
Taterbug and
between
I will
trains.
jump back and forth between trains.
That's
Love you,
nice.
Dolly.
Thank you, Moto Mom, and thank you, Short Legs. Okay, so like I said, I don't put too much trust into these dogs, and but I don't want to rule it out that these dogs, I'm praying for a miracle that Jack and Lilly is found. I just don't know if it'll be the case, and if they are found, were they put there? Robin H, thank you, Robin. Thank you for being here with us.
Dapper dog.
What are you looking up now?
Just to see, it doesn't show me any numbers. So like,
Because
what,
the dogs don't never find nobody. Okay, so like I was saying, that when a cop walks up to your car and they want to search your car, the cop is telling the dog, find your toy, find your toy. And that dog is sniffing, trying to find a toy that smells like drugs, right? Because its toy smells like drugs. So it knows, and then it'll start pawing at your vehicle wherever there's Colombian Bam Bam, or there's a little bit of the Sticky Icky, or whatever other drug that you may have.
Well, this
right?
is 57%.
57% of cadaver dogs find.
Study showed varied recovery rates from 57% to 100 in simulated searches for scattered remains, highlighting the importance of training and the complexity of the search environment.
Yeah, there's all kind of factors.
It says 57% to 100, and it's still not actually saying that for the actual outdoor, like in a setting that
No
where
matter
it's
how
still
one
a
looks at the
controlled
Sullivan
environment.
children's disappearance, a crime has been committed, and
That's
don't doubt it.
wild.
Yeah, I think a crime has been committed too. I agree with that statement. It's just a matter of being able to prove that crime was committed. Let me skip this.
Found inside.
All right, let's pause that. That's the next story we're going into right after this one. Yeah. So, I mean, it's possible, but they're saying now's the time to search for this because of decomposition. But think about this. Decomposition. These are Chris. Thank you for joining, becoming a member. These kids will be bones. So they're basically sniffing out bones. Whatever flesh they had on them is gone. Okay. Buzzards, insects, and bugs will eat you in literally a week. There's actually a video of a decomposing body that you can watch that is laid out. I don't want to tell you where because it's kind of gross, but I did watch it. And in 1 week, it was stripped to completely bones.
I believe it.
Okay. Through animals, ants, insects, flies, bugs. Within a week, it was just a clean skeleton. I'm talking about no meat, no flesh, all of it gone.
But the environment plays all the parts in that. Like if it's like,
well, they're in the woods,
right?
That's where there's going to be bugs. That's where there's going to be insects. That's where there's going to be animals. That is the prime location for you to be nothing, right? Buzzards and other things that eat meat are out there. And, you've heard them say they have bear and coyote and stuff like that out in those woods.
Said the canine handler takes the statistic, not the canine itself. PJ, and that info is hard to find, but these officers are named in the CBC article that are coming from British Columbia.
Yeah, because they didn't have no cadaver dogs in Canada, is from what I hear.
British Columbia's or British.
That part of Canada.
BC.
Yeah, British Columbia.
That's what I thought.
They didn't have in that area where they went missing, they didn't have any cadaver dogs.
Huh.
They just had search dogs.
It's just a small area?
And then we heard rumors about cadaver dogs coming in like a month and a half ago.
Right.
So
did they not come?
They must not have came.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So and like I said, I think more
Mama
people.
Angie said we do have them.
What?
Cadaver dogs.
They didn't bring them. Everybody was saying they didn't have none.
I thought that was from Daniel,
and they had to come in from out of state. They didn't even have people that administered a lie detector test. They had to bring somebody in from outsider in for
Daniel
that
too. I mean, he seemed to lie about everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to me. Like, you're this far along and you're just now bringing in cadaver dogs. Shouldn't you have brought the cadaver dogs in on like day 4?
I would.
Day 5?
Because I mean.
Now, cadaver dogs can smell you 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes after you die.
Yeah. Because of fluids. You excrement fluids of your body.
So they can almost find you immediately after you die. So why wait? What's it been, 4 months or longer?
Genetrix said, well, I guess I'm done with these tenders.
Tenders?
I like food, I guess. I guess we made them sick.
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject.
It is. I mean, listen,
warning.
This is one thing we're all going to, one day it's going to happen to us. Our body is going to break down and bugs are going to eat us. Okay. And we're going to be a skeleton at some point. Did you see that? Me and PJ went into a store today where they were selling a human skull. Did you see that? For $4,000. You didn't see it in the glass?
Why the hell wouldn't you show me that? I didn't.
Oh, it was used at a school. It was in the antique shop. It was used at a school. It was a human skull. It was $4,000.
What the hell school was it used in? And how do you?
It's the only thing I can't remember, but I read it. I read the price on it. And it was $4,000 for a human skull, and it was in a glass, and it was
That thing will come home and haunt your house. Sure.
Yeah, it was a. Remember, it's a store that had the coffin in it.
Mm-hmm.
They were.
That was a baby size coffin.
They were selling a baby coffin, and we went into the store. It was oddities and taxidermy type stuff, and they had butterflies and the Hannibal Lecter moth, and they had a wolf. They had a goat. They had a turkey. Did you see the turkey? Okay.
Did you see the goat?
I didn't see the goat.
Baby goat.
They had a baby goat?
Yes.
I seen the skull. They had a couple fake skulls, like replica skulls. And then they had one skull that was in the glass And then right on it, it said real human skull used for research at some university. And then it said $4,000 on the skull. You could tell it was real too.
How could you tell?
You could just tell. Like it didn't look fake. It looked real. It looked like a real damn skull. It was, huh?
How do you preserve that? Doesn't that disintegrate?
It was in something glass, and it had something in the glass. Like it was, the glass was wrapped around it almost like a bowling ball kind of type thing.
Like a preservative, like Jello?
No, I don't know what it exactly was in. I just know it was in a glass ball.
Was it in that weird room?
Yes.
Did you hear that man talking to you?
Yeah, I said there's a bunch of weird shit in here, and he said,
"Thank you very much."
Thank you very much. I said it low to PJ. I was like, "There's some weird shit in here," and he was like, "Thank you very much." Weird ass guy, right? But I mean, there's a lot of people into some weird things. I mean, there was people in there buying shit.
To each his own,
right? So I mean, I guess where there's a demand, there's a supply for weird oddity things. Like I collect horror movie stuff, weird stuff. So of course I'm gonna look, it's only curiosity, because I'm one of those people. I like things that make you want to have a conversation about it. Like, what the hell is that, Dolly? And you go, oh well, this is a skull that was used for whatever research in the 1800s, and or something like that. Just a conversation piece, right? You put on your your coffee table.
Nay, we're not putting.
And people be like, "Damn, is that a human skull on your coffee table?" Be like, "Yeah, that's a human skull."
Then to go running out your house.
I mean, as long as you ain't killing people and putting them on your coffee table, you're right. That's a little bit different than you went out and bought a skull.
Right? How can that be legal? Somebody wants to know.
Because it was used as educational, so you can have it. Okay, like the University of Harvard, there's a bunch of people that have skulls and skeletons. They use real skeletons. And a lot of those people were murdered back in the day in this hotel. And the dude was, I forget what, anybody help me in the chat? Crazy people in here that are weird like me. There was a dude that had a hotel, and when you checked into it, he would kill you, and then he would sell your skull and your body to schools for like thousands of dollars back in the 1800s. And matter of fact, some of the people he still murdered are at like Harvard and Yale. Some of the people that were killed. Does anybody know that guy's name? I believe Holmes. There it is. That is it. That is the dude that did it. He was murdering people, and he had this trap door in the hotel where he could drop you down into the basement of the hotel. He had torture devices. He was putting people in these coffins and suffocating them. It's like H.L. Holmes, ain't it? It's something like that.
This person said H.H. Holmes.
H.H. Holmes. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, but most of these bodies, these people that he killed, or their skeletons are still in major universities to this day.
And they never okayed that? They just got
H.H. Holmes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real. It's true. It ain't
wrong. Yeah.
So these back in the day, he was actually grave robbing and different things to sell different parts to different people that would. Not only was he selling skulls, but he was selling stuff to do research on.
America's first serial killer, really?
Yeah, he had a hotel, and he had made it so he could kill people, and he could steal their corpses and then sell their skeletons to universities for study and research. You learned something new today, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. See? I mean, I can't remember every detail of the story, but I remember it's a prolific serial killer. One of the first known serial killers in America. Like maybe our version of maybe Jack the Ripper. Way back in the day. Okay. I'm talking about before Charles Manson, before Gacy, before all these prolific serial killers we know about now. Holmes was killing people way back in the day so they could do research on the bodies. Okay. So that's just to say, how could you sell a human skull? It has to be something that has been used for research or something that was at one time belonged to a college or a university of some type to study. Okay.
Yeah, but I would see that as being okay, but why wouldn't you want that sold to another university or school, or like you shouldn't just,
Because maybe the university didn't want to pay $4,000 for it.
I'm sure.
I mean, $4,000 is a lot for a bone
Yeah.
that don't do
I'm sure
anything.
they
A
have-
paperweight, a $4,000 paperweight is basically what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it just sits there and you look at it like, yeah, that's a skull, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure
you can go
it's
dig
there.
one up, but if you're going to go to prison for it, right? Grave robbery. But
Why would you want that though?
I don't know. People like weird things. Like I bid on Jeffrey Dahmer's fork. I mean, just people collect weird stuff. Like,
How do you know that was his fork?
because it had the crime scene photos with it in it, the evidence numbers.
Yeah, but
And nothing. Jeffrey Dahmer's. Here's the thing about. Let's go on serial killer for a minute. Jeffrey Dahmer was getting sued. Okay, so for the deaths of the people he killed, so he owed like I don't know, it's like $1 million or something like that. And a preacher that was from Wisconsin, because he lived in Wisconsin, right outside of Waukesha, Wisconsin. The preacher paid the debt because he thought Jeffrey Dahmer was the devil and he wanted to destroy all his stuff. So when he paid the debt, he took possession of all Jeffrey Dahmer's property and he went into the apartment 213 to be exact, right? The famous apartment 213. He drug all the stuff out into the street and he burned it in the street, and they had a party. They're out there dancing, burning Jeffrey Dahmer's shit. The only stuff that actually survived Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment was stuff that was taken into evidence, and it was tagged and photographed.
yeah.
That went into an evidence locker at the jail. That stuff somehow got out of the evidence locker and made its way onto an auction site. This auction site also auctioned off the bunk beds for Heaven's Gate. Remember the Heaven's Gate people that were chasing the Hellbot Comet with the Nikes and shit on, the Reebok, what are they, Reebok Classics, or were they Nikes? I know they were covered in silk sheets and they either had Reeboks on or Nikes, but they were selling the bunk beds from the house that they were dead on, that they died on. You could buy the bunk beds. So this auction site is known for selling serial killer memorabilia. And, you know, it was just one of those things late night that I would search around on the internet for. Bored,
Let's
yeah.
go find Jeffrey Dahmer's fork.
I mean, it's just like people that watch Faces of Death or Traces of Death,
I
or
don't know what that is.
it's videos of murders and executions.
Oh, I
and,
can't speak. I'm on that one Facebook page that shows more.
yeah. Like when I was young, I really liked those things, right? But as I got older, I couldn't watch it anymore. I got too soft. I can't take it. But when I was a teenager,
Like the guy's head rolling down the sidewalk.
no, and he kicked it like a soccer
That's
ball.
terrible.
That was bad, right? So as I got older, I really couldn't take that type of violence anymore. But when I was young, like Faces of Death was a really big thing. And like there was no advertisement for it. It was word of mouth. So you went to school, people would be like, Jimmy, did you see Faces of Death? And I'd be like, what is Faces of Death, right? And then you go watch it, and then you tell somebody else about it, and then they're watching it. And before you knew it, Faces of Death was like a cult classic horror type movie, but it's real. It's based on, I think some of the Faces of Death started to get a little fake as they went on, because apparently the original dude that was the host of it unalived himself, and they said it was in some gruesome ass kind of way, and then they got a new host. But I don't know if that was ever true or not. But how many of you guys have seen Faces of Death or Traces of Death in the chat room? Press 1. Okay. Am I the only weirdo here that's been into serial killers and murders and executions since I was a kid? Anybody? 1 FBI. Okay. I plead the 5th. Okay. Okay. I ain't the only psychopath here, apparently. Okay. Shannon has seen it. You ain't never seen where they put the monkey's head in the table and they take the little hammers and they beat its damn brains out and then they eat its brains? You never seen that?
What the fuck did you just say?
They take a monkey, a live monkey, and in some countries they eat monkey brains. So they got a hole cut in the table, and the table opens up. So they take the monkey and they stick his head through the hole.
Warning,
and
Jesus Christ,
and then
alive?
There's
something wrong.
And then they
you.
shut the table, so the monkey's head is sticking above the table. And they got these little tiny mallets, these little small mallets, and they sit around and they take turns. And they thump that bitch in the head with the mallet till it cracks its skull open, and then they open its skull. And
why are you finishing so we get it? Oh my God.
A lot of people have seen it. Okay. I ain't the only crazy out here. All right. PJ, it's gross.
That is disgusting.
It is gross.
Absolutely a helpless animal. And you.
Well, I mean, in some countries, it's tradition.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
In some countries, they eat guinea pig and cats and dogs.
We don't need to know about those.
They're eating our dogs. Okay.
Ew.
I mean, it's just true. They do that in some places, right?
That is so disturbing.
Culture ain't the same as all.
I don't.
You know, I remember I worked with this dude, and he was from Guatemala, and I had a pit bull at the time, and he said, "I don't know why you take care of that dog. I'd eat it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You eat my dog?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd eat it." He's like, "You spend all that money taking care of it. When you get old, is it going to take care of you?" He said, "You feeding food." I was like, what? Well, he was dead serious that he would eat the dog. Like, if you give that dog to me, I would cook it. And I'm like, wow, that is gross to me, right? Because we don't eat our pets, right?
I wouldn't eat the monkey either.
Yeah, but some countries don't look at they look at that stuff as food, just like a cow.
While you're alive. That is some sadistic shit.
Do you think about that when you pet a cow that, you're going to be good on the grill?
I'm not going to nobody's freaking taking the brains out of it while it's alive. That is so disturbing.
I mean, it's pretty brutal. Somebody said hot dogs. That's worse. That's lips and a-hole, right? That's lips and a-hole. Hot dogs. That's like the worst part of the animal. You can spam. Think about spam. I think I'd rather stick with the monkey in the table than some spam. We got way squirreled, okay? We got way squirreled. We went way off.
Someone says I got to go read my Bible now. Me too. I'm coming with.
I mean, I hate to gross y'all out, but
it's just it's not even gross. Like, I watch stuff all the time. Person gets hit by car, they're like literally decapitated, and like that's from EMS. Like, I literally have some weird obsession with freaky weird.
Look at Hug Diller says the monkey was screaming. I always will remember that. I was 13 years old.
I'm done.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so disturbed.
Look, this person did some cow tipping. Okay, cow tipping as a kid. I didn't know that was real. Cow tipping, but apparently cows don't got good balance. You get them over that little tilt point, and they would just go down like the Twin Towers.
Yeah, I'm so disturbed right now.
Okay. All right. So next topic. Okay, now that I gross PJ out.
It's not gross. It's inhumane. Like, it's so just like.
Well, not if you eat it. That's your culture.
I don't give a damn.
Have you seen the monkeys pickpocketing people and slapping the shit out? You ever seen how crazy the monkeys be acting?
I can't. So we're gonna eat them alive?
I mean, have you ever seen those videos of the monkeys? They be acting all wild and shit, snatching stuff out of Taurus's hands, grabbing shit and running with it. They, I mean, you don't think that when you eat a pig or like porky,
I don't,
or a cow, or like you ordered a filet mignon last time we, I'm saying that thing was just moving 2 weeks ago. All right. Let's get back to killing. Okay. Can we just get back to killing? So anyway, California, what is with these rappers these days? Okay. Rapper, singer, weirdo. We got this dude, David. Apparently he's an entertainer. I'm not too familiar with David. Are you familiar with David?
No. And supposedly he's a popular music artist.
Yeah.
I've never heard of. And I thought I was up to date on my
musical. I mean, y'all lost me at Kanye. Okay. Cardi B. I was done about that point. I was like, okay, y'all can have this shit. Okay, y'all can have this. But apparently he is some famous entertainer or semi-famous entertainer that is on tour right now. And he basically had a vehicle that was found in the Hollywood Hills. It was a Tesla. Okay. You know, everybody just leaves their Tesla in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, it's crazy. I was just driving through the Hollywood Hills too in that Lambo.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I didn't see a Tesla parked anywhere, you know, but
You weren't looking for one.
I wasn't looking for one. I really wasn't looking for
Was
a
it playing
Tesla.
creepy music?
And yes, listen to this, guys. Not only was the car left abandoned, but it was playing funeral music when they found it. Okay.
I'm trying to find out if that's real, because that was on just one video that I saw, and I never actually saw that written out anywhere.
Allegedly. Okay, let's say allegedly you pull up to a car and it's playing a damn Undertaker's music, okay, from the WWE, and you search the vehicle and there's dismembered body parts in it, okay?
How come he gets to have one of those? I want that.
Because that's Jelly Roll. He's worth $50 million.
They have Highland cows?
Yes.
That's not fair.
He just recently got them not too long ago. So anyway, like I said, they're in the Hollywood Hills, and after 3 days of you leaving a car somewhere that has been ticketed in the Hollywood Hills, they tow it. Okay, because listen, you can be homeless in LA, but you can't be homeless in the Hollywood Hills. That seems crazy, right? They don't allow homelessness in Beverly Hills. Now, you can be right outside that Beverly Hills sign and you can sleep in a tent 50 deep. But if you cross that Beverly Hills sign and you try to pitch a tent and be homeless next to one of those mansions, oh, hell no, you're going to jail. You can break any law you want in California and not go to jail. It's catch and release. You go camp in the Beverly Hills and try to set up camp, your ass will not get out of jail. They won't allow you to be broke around rich people. Okay. I found that when they were telling me that shit, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That is just effed up. Because look, if I'm homeless, I'm moving next door to your mansion. I'm gonna be in your alley. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't home, I'm gonna be in your swimming pool. I'm gonna be eating your scraps. You know, I'm gonna be sleeping on your couch, your pool house. All that, right? But oh, hell no. They treat that like a super big crime in Cali. Being poor near a rich person is against the law. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is. You can get, like I said, the dude was like, listen, you can go out here and break the law. You'll be out of jail today. He goes, you try to sleep on that curb right there, your ass is going to prison. I was like, what? He's like, I ain't lying. People have tried it, right? You notice you don't see no homeless people, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't see no homeless people. He's like, because they enforce it so heavily that no peeing in the alley. Hey, I'm going to be right on your front porch when you wake up, hoping you feel sorry for me and give me a cappuccino or something, right? So, but they don't allow that. They don't allow this homelessness or vagrants or undesirables is what a lot of people like to call people like that. Vagrants, undesirables. I think that is just terrible, right? Because I think a lot of us, or maybe 1-2 paychecks from being homeless. All right.
I just sent you the video of the music playing thing. I don't know if it's true, but supposedly somebody on Facebook posted the video of it and then it was getting towed. But just the creepy music that goes with all this in this video is just like, just has this super eerie feeling to it.
Yeah, you ain't squatting in Beverly Hills. You can squat in California and take over people's houses.
You see them on the streets everywhere. What is it, San Francisco?
No, it's in LA.
In LA.
Yeah.
Not in
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, there's that sign. And they're funny about it because you could be homeless right before that sign. But if you go past that Beverly Hills sign, and it looks like a stop sign, but then it has a metal plaque on it that says Beverly Hills, right? And if you go past that, your ass is going to jail, right? You're going to jail. You can't. They stay in Skid Row, yeah. So I find that weird that you can be that rich and not help the homeless. If I was the homeless, I would overtake that shit. What I would do. That's just my opinion. I think the homeless people should bum rush Beverly Hills. We remember that. What was it? Raid Area 51.
Mm-hmm. Raid Beverly Hills.
Raid Beverly Hills. Right. We should start that. Right. Homeless people take over Beverly Hills and let some of these millionaires and these billionaires help the homeless problem in California, right? That's what I think. They'll sue the shit out of me. I better shut up, right? They'd be like, why are there homeless people in Beverly Hills? Dolly did it, right? Dolly did it. He wouldn't shut up. He was just like, because I do believe that, there's probably some people in here that have done real well with your lives and you're pretty comfortable and stuff like that, but a lot of us ain't,
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay.
Dolly's in rare form tonight. This could go anywhere. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Like, if I was homeless, I'm not going to live where it's scummy, right? I'm not sleeping in no alley. I'm pushing up on the niceness. I'm going to be on the beach somewhere. I'm going to be somewhere decent, right? Like, I wouldn't be living in Skid Row. You can be homeless. That means you can live anywhere, right? That's how I look at it. That means I'm a nomad and I can live anywhere. I'm living somewhere nice. And how are you going to put me in jail for being homeless here, but not put me in jail for being homeless over here?
Just like you can arrest somebody for eating ice cream on a sidewalk in one state versus a different state where that's not illegal. It's different states have different laws. That's not.
It seems like it violates your constitutional rights to tell somebody it's illegal to be homeless.
Yeah, but it's still done.
I'm moving right next door to Justin Bieber. Bieber's gonna come outside. I'm gonna be sleeping on his porch. They're like, "What up, Biebs?" We're like, "Man, you think you can give me an egg muffin or something this morning? I'm kind of hungry." But no, that's a little off the subject. But anyway, this car was
going all over the place today.
This car was found in Beverly Hills.
I sent you the video. I want to start off with that.
Okay, I got it pulled up right here.
Not that one. The TikTok video with the creepy music.
Yeah, we're gonna play music. They strike the channel for playing the creepy ass.
The 10 seconds of the freaking do.
Well, there you go. Why I gotta play it? You just did it.
Okay, I just did it.
You're welcome. People know what the funeral damn music is.
No, they don't. How is that the funeral? Do they play that at your funeral?
They do it every time the Undertaker comes out. Okay, everybody knows who the damn Undertaker is.
Okay.
All right, so they tow his car. They get it to the impoundment lot, right? Police are walking around, just doing their rounds, and they smell something that smells like.
No, the people at the impoundment lot smelled it.
Yeah.
You can't not smell death.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy enough as it is.
Right.
Okay. So not only is it just a dead body in this man's car, but it's a dead body of a girl that went missing when she was 13 years old.
Yeah.
She's 15 now. She was 13 at the time her mother last seen her walk out the door. Okay. Now, at this time, TMZ had reached out to the mother when they found all right. So the TMZ reached out to the mother, and the mother said that she had a tattoo on her finger that basically said what, David?
No. Were you not listening? It says shh.
Oh, shh.
He's got a one that says shh.
And he also, okay, that's what it is. The girl has a red tattoo.
Right.
And he has a black one.
Right.
There were two different colors, said the same thing.
On the same finger.
On the same finger.
But it's got to be because,
Okay, so it's like the shh. So it says shh on her finger. But hers is red, his is black. And there's pictures of them together.
There's videos of them together.
So
there's several. Well, but then see this rabbit hole. This goes deep. We didn't really touch on anything as far as the deep rabbit hole-ness, but there's a girl that he dated that kind of looks like the other girl. So it's like uncertain as to whether or not the girl in the video and whatnot is actually really, really her, but it's her.
It's her.
It's her.
And her body's in his car. That kind of leads me to believe
and
it's
he's
her.
not been arrested.
And he's not been arrested. So
the car didn't get stolen or reported missing or, stolen. So it's still his car.
So the fact is this girl went missing at 13. The mother said she was dating a guy named David. Okay. And she just vanishes. Now, 2 years later, she's found in the back of a Tesla by the singer David. They have matching tattoos. And this dude hasn't even been brought in. They haven't even named him as a suspect, and he's on tour right now. Okay, like damn. Listen, if they found PJ in the trunk of my car, how long do you think it'd be before I was in jail? How long do you think I would have? Seconds. They would be kicking in the door right now.
Yeah.
I'd be right in jail. Do not pass go. No bond. Be all over the news. Local news, because I ain't famous. Right?
Oh, and yeah, it's rumored she was pregnant.
Rumor that she was pregnant. Yes.
It's all in a Discord server. The logs, because you know, everything that you do on the internet is forever. Even if you think you erased it, Discord logs showed him actually saying that.
And one of the songs is a love song about homicide. Okay.
I think one song was titled Celeste or something like that.
What was the other killer that killed? He had that song Murder on My Mind. I'll think of his name in a minute. He was a real famous rapper, and he murdered his best Wyn Melly. W-Y-N Melly. Is that right? I know it's Melly.
Sounds familiar.
Right? Melly. Thank you. Right? YMW Melly. Captain Kirk. Yeah, YMW Melly. He had the song Murder on My Mind, and he murdered his best friends, and he dropped them off at the hospital. Anybody remember that? You don't remember that? Oh, he's famous as shit. YMW Melly. He has a song Murder on My Mind. And in the video, he gets shot and he's dying and shit. And I mean, I don't keep up with a lot of rap. I mean, a little bit. I know, you know, some Waka Flocka Flame, a little bit of something, right? But I just happened to listen to, because I was listening to Bobby Smurder. I don't know if y'all know who that is. Bobby Smurder, YMW Melly. Smurder. He went to prison too.
I'm sure.
All of them went to prison. But YMW Melly murdered his friends, Bortland and what's the other one? They all had Y and W in their name. It was like their little gang title.
What does it stand for?
It ain't Nelly, it's Melly. I don't know what the hell it stands for.
Wicked.
I don't know what the hell it stands for. It stands for don't get in the car with them because they kill their own friends, right? And apparently it stemmed from an argument that his friend had with his mama. And then he murdered two of his friends and bandmates. And then took them to the hospital and said they were shot. A car drove by and there was a drive-by shooting, and they were shot in the drive-by. And they didn't do it. But, you know, of course, the bullets were fired from inside the car. But
magic.
He went to jail pretty fast. YNW is still in court. He went to jail pretty fast for murder, right? They instantly scooped him up, charged him with murder, charged his friend with murder. But what I'm saying is what was similar is they both had a song that was similar about murder. And their loved ones or friends or somebody close to them.
I watched a video of this guy, David, with the 4 instead of the A, doing a like in April. I guess that's when the girl was reported missing, and he was doing a song while he was on tour somewhere, and it was talking about "You're Always Gone" or something, and he was like actually crying
because he may have cared about this girl. And
I mean,
he, you know, if they were together a couple years and they got matching tattoos, you know, and they're seen in all these videos and pictures together, he may have cared about the girl. But that's still a little weird because not only
Spade, Young NIGGA World is what it stands for.
Is that what it stands for?
I'll fact check it in a second. But yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing. He's also, the girl was 13 years old, and look at his age. So not only is he a murderer, but he's a little bit of a
I think it said he was 18 when she was 13.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That makes you a predator. Okay. So not only is he a killer, but he's a predator, and he done basically snatched this young girl out of her house. Not good. And you know, to see you performing, and he just today he canceled a show. This is the first show he's canceled.
I think it said he canceled shows.
He canceled Seattle.
Okay.
You know, so you would think you had all this stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, if something was found in your car,
you would address it.
And address it.
Yeah, you would want to address
Find out
it.
what, who, when, where, why. You know. That
now, if you reported the car stolen,
it would be different.
It'd be different. But he didn't report the car stolen. So he was just, or does he have so many cars he don't know it was missing? A lot of them rappers, they
That's
collect
true, too.
cars, right?
But I don't think that's the case.
I
just don't.
I know.
Too many.
Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences, right?
Mm-mm.
And basically, what it appears, and this is just my opinion, Y&W was their band record label. I think that is what it is, something like that.
I just saw the article about him explaining what it is, and it does say something about that. I don't know.
Oh, he's canceled his World R, and they have now scheduled his house. I don't know what that means, but we're going to jump into a video on it. And
it says David cancels U.S. tour amid investigation into dead body in car.
I thought he just canceled Seattle.
I see world tour canceled on USA Today.
Yeah, why he in jail?
That's
why he in jail?
Why is he not being questioned?
He ain't even that famous. I didn't even know who he was.
I didn't know who he was either.
Right? Like, I could understand if you came up here and said Jay-Z, they found a dead body in Jay-Z's car and Jay-Z's not in jail. I'd be like, okay, well, Jay-Z's a damn billionaire. And
He
that's
started out as a TikTok sensation. That's why. It says David's world tour has hit a bump in the road amid a police investigation reportedly involving the singer and TikTok sensation. David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, was set to perform in San Francisco on Friday, September 19th, and Los Angeles on Saturday the 20th as part of his Withered World Tour. However, the event pages for both performances now state that the shows have been canceled.
I was
kicked off August 5th in Del Mar, California, and had.
I'd be in Venezuela somewhere if I was him in a Tesla. I'd be gone.
Including Dallas, Atlanta, New York, Philadelphia, and Detroit. A reason for the cancellation was not disclosed. USA Today had reached out to representatives for the concert venues for comment. Earlier this month, David was reportedly linked to a police investigation in Los Angeles involving the body of a teenage girl found inside an impounded vehicle. The indie pop singer who broke out on TikTok with viral hits like Here With Me and Romantic Homicide was also scheduled to take the tour abroad with shows in Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands.
Explain that one to the jury.
Right.
Okay? Romantic homicide. Your girlfriend's dead, your Tesla. Oh, and she's 13 years old. We don't know how long she's been dead. Right?
Well, since she went missing.
That's what I'm saying.
April 23.
That would have been 13 years old. You got the body of a kid in your car. It ain't even just a body of his girlfriend. It's the body of a little kid. Right? That he was dating. You predator murderer. Like, oh my God, you need to be on Skeet Hansen in 4K, right? You got to skeet it in 4K.
Comes after Sony Music Publishing suspended promotion of David's debut album Withered as authorities' investigation continue. A source close to the situation but not authorized to speak publicly confirmed to USA Today on September 19th. The alternative R&B record, which was released in April, peaked at number 13.
He was 17. It don't matter. Okay, that means when he was 18, she was 14. Does that make it okay? Does that make it? No, it's bad either way. Either way, he's a predator. Either way, he's a monster. And either way, he should be in jail. What if this was your baby girl?
Well, she was found. See, I want to know why she was found on September 8th, and this story is just now picking up traction. It says Celeste Rivas died on September 8th at the age of 15, according to online records. Cause of death currently listed as deferred, which means the teen's exact cause of death has not been disclosed and is pending further investigation.
Because she's not all there.
I'm sure. That's what they said. It was dismembered.
Yeah, she's dismembered.
The medical examiner noted that Rivas' place of death was a vehicle. According to Los Angeles, Rivas was the body discovered inside an impounded Tesla that was left at a tow yard in Hollywood. The news organization reported that the vehicle is registered under David's name. LAPD officers responded to the 1000 block of Mansfield Avenue after reports that a foul odor was coming from the vehicle. Officer Drake Madison told USA Today in an email. Police were unable to confirm the identity of the vehicle's owner at the time. The human remains were reportedly found inside a bag, which was located in the front truck of the Tesla. Authorities told the outlets that the body was in a state of decomposition. During its early investigators of Rivas' death, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner reported that the teen's body was found severely decomposed inside a vehicle and appeared to have been deceased in the vehicle for an extended period of time before being found, according to the statement shared with USA Today. The singer had been informed of the investigation and was fully cooperating with the authorities. And that's it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. What's fully cooperating? I mean, your ass should be cooperating from a jail cell. Is what you should be cooperating from.
Right.
You got a dead body in your car, and you can't tell me how it got there, and you didn't report your car stolen? Nah, I ain't buying that. I'm some dumb, not plumb dumb. Romantic homicide is your song. What's with these rappers committing crimes and then wanting to sing about it? Yeah.
That's weird.
It's like they all do that shit. Right?
It's like they can't help it. They have to tell you about it still.
You don't see none of the country rappers doing that. No. Can you imagine Upchurch or Jelly Roll? Talking about the laws they just broke, just committed. You know, that don't happen. That ain't in white culture. Okay, we going out. We didn't do it. It wasn't me, right? It wasn't me. It's what I'm gonna be talking about. I damn sure ain't gonna go confess in a rap song, and and then go out there singing it and cry. I say lock the man up. That's what I say. Let's jump into this video about it real fast.
Abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago. Tonight, a house close to where that Tesla was abandoned was searched. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is there live now in Hollywood with more. Tim.
And Mark, those CSI investigators literally just left the scene about 10, 15 minutes ago. The police tape finally came off and we were able to come a little bit closer to this house. Now, we don't know at this point what exactly those detectives were looking for, what they got out of that house. We saw them pull evidence and put it into an SUV, essentially where I'm standing right now. We don't even know why they were here in the first place, but this house just happens to be literally feet away from where that Tesla was found. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from this Hollywood home just a block away from where an abandoned Tesla was found with a dead teenager in the trunk. Police spent hours at the home on Dehaney Place, placing several evidence bags into an SUV, but they wouldn't say if or how it was connected to the Tesla. Several homeowners say they remember seeing that distinct Tesla for a while.
Okay, if his Tesla's in the Hollywood Hills, I would think
it's his house.
It must be his house. Damn, I need to be a rapper. He's a shitty rapper too.
Yeah,
I listen to a
R&B singer. I don't think he's a rapper.
His shit is terrible.
I know.
Like I'm thinking, damn, this dude couldn't hit a note to save his life.
Yeah,
and he's living in the Hollywood Hills.
Michelle's saying he's not a rapper. His genre is pop music.
What's the difference?
That pop has a tune to it, and rap usually is like.
No matter what he does, he sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
He's horrible.
I agree.
Okay. If I hadn't been in the YouTube, I'd be a music A&R.
Sircon said, "Why did they look for the Tesla? It was
abandoned
on the side of the road. I'm guessing."
While first parked in front of the house police searched today, then at two different spots on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for a long time.
That abandoned Tesla was towed earlier this month, and workers at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a foul odor and found decomposed human remains wrapped in a garbage bag inside the car. We now know the young woman found dead was 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, according to the medical examiner, the same teen who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year. At a corner store in town, the owner recalled her coming in often.
She always quiet, nice. She come in like if she buy like a chips, soda, and leave. Sometimes she come with a friend from the neighborhood.
Eyewitness News has learned Rivas had run away from home a few times. She was
last. I mean, I know. I was going to have to go back and watch the video, see if I see a damn Tesla.
Yeah.
Because I was driving all through the neighborhood.
I didn't watch that. No, but they said that Halle Berry's house is by his house.
Oh, okay.
And that you had the tour guide thing.
And yeah, but then I even went to the other part of Hollywood Hills when I was in the Lambo.
Yeah.
Reported missing in spring of 2024. Those who knew Rivas, who just turned 15 a week and a half ago, say she was bubbly and sweet.
She just seemed very lively and friendly. A typical teenager.
The medical examiner hasn't determined her cause of death, but part of the police investigation will be speaking to the owner of that Tesla.
Well, she didn't die and chop herself up.
I know, right?
I mean, it don't take a genius to know the girl was murdered. I mean, like, who's died and ended up in pieces?
Nobody.
In a bag,
Not
a trash
naturally.
bag.
Not naturally.
And if you think if she accidentally died, you would call for help.
Right.
Or if she accidentally died, let's just say you did get rid of her body, would you dismember her body?
No.
I mean, that just shows you right there.
The fact that you're putting it in a trash bag is distasteful to me.
Yeah, it had Allstate plates and it didn't fit in out there in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But it's his car. Oh, I don't know. That's a little odd. Now, somebody could steal your car and put a body in it, but then
People are already. I feel this is a setup. In my opinion, anything is possible. Everybody needs to really be.
Would he report his girlfriend missing though? He didn't report her missing
No,
either.
her mama did.
So his girlfriend is gone. His car has a dead body in it, a dismembered dead body of a 15-year-old girl.
Exactly. I think we all
That's
need
been
to
missing since she was 13.
reaccustomed with Occam's razor. Like,
I mean, he's a predator and a murderer.
yeah, I agree. It usually 1 + 1 = 2. It's not some weird conspiracy or somebody maybe set him up, or I mean, you can think that to each his own, but it's just
He was on tour. That's his excuse. You would have to be stupid to. Yeah, I'm not buying that shit. I ain't buying that. Lock this dude up. Put him in jail. There's people in jail for less.
a lot less.
A musician who goes by
like, it's not normal how little some people can go to jail for, and then we've got this.
There's a lot of murders take place in the Hollywood Hills too. Hey, a lot of murders. The Manson murders. The damn Menendez brothers. You done got this person. I mean, you live in Hollywood Hills, you might get killed.
Said per KTLA reported head and torso.
Damn. So I mean, there's arms and legs floating around somewhere.
And Winter Moon said, but he was out of the country.
Well, we don't know when she died.
I know. How long was she in there? And he got working for him, just like Diddy got whoever doing all his.
And it's his girlfriend. Wouldn't he know she's missing?
He never claimed her as a girlfriend.
Yeah,
It's just-
okay.
Yeah.
But he's on stage crying, and then he got the same tattoo as her.
And she's in the background of a lot of things.
Yeah, and they're together in all the pictures and shit. I ain't buying it.
by David. His real name, David Anthony Burke, from Houston, Texas. David, made popular via social media for the songs Romantic Homicide and Here With Me, began the American leg of his world tour on July 30th and has continued performing since the investigation began. Tonight's show, though, in Seattle was canceled. The medical examiner also trying to determine how long Rivas had been dead, but based on the condition of the body, it might have been a while. Those who saw the Tesla this summer and watched LAPD spend hours in this well-to-do Bird Streets neighborhood are rattled by everything that's happened here.
It's scary to think that this is happening. And this is a beautiful neighborhood, it's very nice, beautiful, expensive homes, and we would think that we'd be safer.
Jay says his music definitely sucks.
Interesting note, the home here behind me that detectives have been focused on the better part of today has 2 cameras above the garage as well as a ring camera. In fact, this entire neighborhood has pretty extensive security system, with many of the homes having several cameras. We do know from a couple neighbors I spoke with earlier that police were here last week asking to review or see some of the security camera footage. We don't know if they got anything, if it's helped the case. As to this point, LAPD has been extremely tight-lipped about this entire investigation.
How old was Elvis and Priscilla? It don't matter. He's still a perv. Elvis may have been a perv. I don't know.
He didn't kill Priscilla.
He didn't kill Priscilla. He didn't. Good. Yeah, right. We're talking about a predator and a killer. We ain't talking about just a predator. And times were different.
The transplant warrior said she was with him. She was a liability. He took care of that. Especially if she was pregnant. I could totally see it. Usually 1 + 1
A body of a woman was found in a car was found in a separate tow yard on the same day. Finger missing, some fingers. He and Celeste had their tattoos. Remember I told you that there was another body found in another tow yard in a car?
No.
Yeah, the exact same day.
What?
Yeah, they didn't say if it was tied together or not, but there was another car that was searched in another tow yard.
In Hollywood.
I don't know if it was Hollywood. I just know there was a body found in it. The same day, 2 different tow yards, 2 different bodies.
She ran away before and they found her at his house. Why didn't they go back there and get her?
Jumped in.
See, I think we should talk about the little girl that was found around us, and that would explain a lot of why. I saw somebody in the beginning of the show talking to you about, another 15-year-old's missing in Tennessee, Dolly, like you're going to look into it. The reason that we don't. What?
It says,
I can't read that far.
Jumping in real quick to say your tour guide said y'all passed the Beverly Hills sign that all that are covered under 24-hour surveillance. He also said drones drone the area too. Far as security goes, that they have a security detail and they have their own police.
She was brought home twice by police. Yeah, the 14-year-old girl that was missing from Virginia Beach that my kid knows was brought home by police the other day.
Yes. So if anybody's on my Facebook, y'all seen I had posted a little girl that was missing from our area. She was found safe. Okay.
Tonight in Hollywood, Tim Caputo, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Tim Caputo, thank you.
Tim Caputo.
Imagine being
all right.
So, in a Honda, I believe, in LA.
In a Hyundai. That would suck. I'd rather be found. No, I probably would rather go with the Hyundai than a Tesla. Honda. Oh yeah, I would rather definitely rather found in a Honda than in a Tesla. Okay, that's like the worst. Okay, that's it. So don't put me in no. Kill me. Put me in a Cadillac. Okay, or a Porsche, a Lambo, something good. Okay, a SUV. But to be found in a Tesla, that's like being killed by Monkey Boy. Okay, that's horrible. All right, so what do you guys think about this? Should he be in jail? If you think he should be in jail, press 1. If you think he's just an innocent rapper that's been wrongly accused, I want you to press 2.
He's not a rapper. Stop.
Well, whatever the hell he is, he ain't a singer. Okay.
He's a bad singer.
Okay, bad singer. I can go with bad singer. Terrible singer. Okay. You damn sure.
Two bodies. 2 remains of one of 2 women who were discovered in vehicles at 2 tow yards this week.
See?
Both deaths are being investigated as homicides. Authorities not allowed to speak on the case. Woman's remains were discovered. Police responded. Hollywood tow.
Yeah.
Tesla, Texas license.
People don't even bury these days. They just throw you in a trunk. Right?
It's terrible.
Yeah. You didn't even know about this case. When did he leave to go on tour? Now, the exact dates.
He's got managers. He's got people that work for him.
And we don't know if he killed her before he left. Right? Because all they found was partial remains of her decomposing in a vehicle. How long was she dead? Right? Did he have somebody kill her? Or why wasn't the car reported stolen? Why wasn't she reported missing by her boyfriend? I mean, if PJ was gone, okay, and within 24 hours, I would know something was wrong. Right? Within 24 hours. It's just, if it's a couple hours, I'll be like, well, maybe she went to her mom's. Maybe she stopped by her sister's house. Maybe her and Ava out getting something to eat. But when that 24-hour mark hits, I'm going to know something's wrong. And then I'm going to call her mama and her sister and those things. And by that point, she's going to be reported missing by me. Right?
A day after human remains were found in the trunk of a Tesla, police confirmed the discovery of another set of remains at a different tow yard. Detectives responded to the S&J Wilshire Tow in Chesterfield, a neighborhood in South LA, around noon, and later requested 2 arson investigators and a police photographer. The body of a partially burnt person was found inside of a Honda Civic. What?
Yeah.
But they haven't said who that was.
No, not yet.
Huh.
Because that body's burnt.
Yeah, but they've still got teeth. People don't realize that. They think they can burn somebody to death, but they still got teeth.
Yeah, you usually can't burn the teeth.
No.
You'd have to get the fire super hot. Even, when they cremate you, all of you don't burn. They actually grind you up in a grinder.
Why are you like this right now?
I'm telling you the truth. That's true. That's why if you ever see somebody's ashes, it's gritty because it's ground up bone. You didn't know that? They put you in a big commercial grinder and they grind up what's left. Did anybody know that? They don't. When you get cremated, all of you don't burn.
Teeth, I know. I just told you that.
No, more than teeth. Bones. There's stuff that don't burn. They had to grind your ass up. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just saying. Now think about it again. When you want to be cremated, are you ready to go in a big human meat grinder? I mean, basically, that's what they do. You're mad at me about shit that really happened.
I just don't think we need to give all the details to everything like that.
Yeah, artificial hip. Yeah, what if you have a metal plate? You know what I'm saying? In your head.
That wouldn't work out very well.
Do you put that in the urn? How do they do that? You know what? You got 15 screws in your back. You rattle the urn and it's like dinging around. Ding, 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 ding.
There's something wrong with you.
I'm just saying. You hear people like, oh, I got 15 screws in my back. When they die, where do you think them screws go?
They throw them out. What do you mean? They're not going to go in the urn with them.
You sure? I mean, it's part of, yeah, with, you know. Has anybody ever thought about that? What happens to the metal rods and shit that are in your body when you get cremated? Be like, this dude's like the Terminator. You know what I'm saying?
Not even funny.
It'd be a metal skeleton like you that burnt Wolverine and shit, right? Titanium. Oh.
I can't.
Be like, we're sorry we couldn't cremate your loved one. They're made of metal.
How much metal would you have to have?
I mean, if you was Wolverine, you all titanium.
Wolverine is not real. The screws go to the scrapyard, Triple D said.
The screws go to the scrapyard. They're reused. Okay. They reused. I would put them in a little glass thing and put them on my table. They'd be like, what are them screws? I would be like, you know, this came out of somebody's body. Okay. Okay, so I think most people agree that the rapper dude should be in prison.
I agree.
Or at least jail till we figure this out, right? Like,
interrogate.
Is that such a big problem if we lock you up until we figure out what the hell is going on? They recycle it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care what happened to my screws in my back if I was dead. I know, but if I was dead with screws in my back, once you're dead, I guess it really don't matter what happens to them.
No.
You could reuse them. You know what I'm saying? Be like, these are slightly used body screws, you know. Right here, Peggy says I got screws in my hip. I got some screws loose. Does that count?
Amen. Amen.
That's what you need to ask somebody that does. If I ever meet somebody that does cremations, I'm gonna be like, "What do you do with the screws?"
There's a channel I used to follow that was like a mortician. That's a good question.
Yeah. What do you do with the screws? I mean, I don't think it's a stupid question. You know,
I mean, it's a little stupid.
What do you do when somebody has a metal plate in their head?
You just put it to the side. I mean, what?
And do what with it? We're like, oh, well, I got to take the scrapyard. Like, I don't know.
Missouri Watching says I'm a mortician.
Are you? What do you do with the screws, Missouri? Or a metal plate, or somebody has a fake hip. What do you do when you get to that? I know it sounds weird, right? But what do you do with it? I'm curious.
They collect them, someone says.
Do they? I mean, I can understand that. You know, like
they give them back to the family, or the family tells them to throw it away.
Oh, okay.
Hip replacements don't burn.
She said she wants to be cremated so she don't come back as a zombie. I want to be the next Thriller video. Okay. I've been working on
Mom said my husband has some plates that need to come out of his leg. Do you want them, Dolly?
I've been working on my dancing just in case I ever come back as a zombie. Okay. I think you got to be able to dance to be a zombie, right? Because you never know when they're going to start shooting a music video.
All metal is recycled by a bio company. How do you know that? Like, what? Is there like a site for horrible, horrific things you don't want to know that you just know now?
Remains and what happens.
Okay. All right. All right. So the last story before we take your phone calls, beautiful people.
Ew, Jen said it's like when the doctors give you your gallstones back in a jar.
Ooh.
What? Do they really?
Yeah,
they don't.
Some people do, yeah. Yeah, like that's nasty too. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you want that?
I don't know. It's like when people collect their teeth or their baby's teeth. Then they have a jar of baby teeth. Nobody thinks that's weird. That's pretty damn weird to me.
Mm.
And who came up with the tooth fairy that steals your teeth in the middle of the night and leaves you $1? Who came up with that shit? Anybody know? Somebody must have been high as hell. I'm going to go steal that tooth under the pillow. And who thought to leave a tooth under the pillow? Like, where did that shit come from? Does anybody know?
There's a bunch of different things that we do that is like traditional type.
Yeah, who started that shit? Like, what were they thinking when they said, yeah, I'm just going to leave this tooth underneath the pillow? Or did somebody accidentally leave a tooth and then they woke up and it was gone and they couldn't explain what happened to it and they just said the tooth fairy took it?
All right. We got a fairy out here stealing teeth.
I mean, I know there's a Santa Claus song. There was Kris Kringle and he used to go around giving gifts and stuff like that.
And that you actually, and my parents still do that. Well, when Ava was, she's 14 now, so it's been like 4 years since we've done it. But they used to do the whole tradition of Kris Kringle or Saint Nick, and it's like you leave your shoe.
Yeah.
And overnight, the next morning, you get either a stick if you've been bad or candies or whatever. But that was that tradition based off of the saint. What are you reading?
Watch Teeth the movie, I dare you. I was just reading a chat because maybe somebody knows where the tradition came from. Where did the Easter Bunny come from? The hipping and hopping down the bunny trail. That's easy. He came from the bunny trail. Everybody know that. Damn. He hipping and hopping down the bunny trail. Everybody know where the Easter Bunny came from.
No, but apparently they are recycled, according to a source that apparently has.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just got that message too.
All right. Now, let me pull this other video up before we get to this. And this is on so much for that idea. It won't show me.
What?
Oh, because I gotta go over here.
Oh.
This one is on Emmanuel Haro.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet.
All right, let me cut that down for a minute. Let me skip this commercial. I hate when it does that.
Able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Meat base?
Whose parents reported him abducted, but now mom and dad are locked up. Here's the story. Rebecca and Jake Haro have several children. The youngest is just 7 months old. His name is Emmanuel, and he is missing. Emmanuel's mom says she knows what happened. She was in the parking lot of a Big 5 sporting goods store and was trying to change the baby's diaper. That's when she says she was attacked by a man who said hola and then knocked her out cold. Hola. When she came to, Emmanuel was nowhere to be found. Investigators questioned Rebecca and confronted her about inconsistencies in her story. Meanwhile, Emmanuel's father, Jake, has a prior conviction of child cruelty back in 2018 when he abused his 10-week-old baby daughter. Rebecca and Jake have been arrested and taken into custody, charged with the murder of this little angel.
When I see that yard, it brings back nightmares. It was so hot out there. Oh my God, it was so hot. When them people went to jail, I was ready to celebrate.
Who has still not been found. This case is heartbreaking and frustrating both at the same time. You've got a mother and father who are locked up in custody, but you've got a child who is still missing. I want you to take a listen to the DA here talking about the search for baby Emmanuel. I think this is a really significant statement.
All right, before we go into that though, PJ, before he gets all into that, basically the parents are trying to work out a deal. From what the word on the street is, they're trying to work out a plea deal, but yet they don't have baby Emmanuel Haro.
Right, and they're still their status is still they're pleading not guilty. So
not guilty.
How does that work?
But want a plea deal. Right. And to get a plea deal, you have to plead guilty. Yeah, so you would have
to change their plea.
They would have to change their plea, and I would say, hey, without this baby,
I wouldn't give them a plea.
I wouldn't give them a plea. But think about this: what if they don't have any evidence?
They have to have evidence. They wouldn't have gone in there to go get that like they did.
If they had evidence, right? Why wouldn't they say they have some type of evidence?
Because they don't have to tell you nothing.
Yeah, but they were trying to gag the evidence. They didn't want it out because what if there is not really good evidence
though?
And then they have these people in jail with no evidence.
They don't. California is a lenient state. If they had nothing,
yeah, lenient on crimes that ain't super high profile. This is really high profile. They ain't lenient. Look at the Menendez brothers. They ain't out of prison. Right? They're leaning on crimes that people don't know about or don't care about, but on famous crimes, right? Unless you OJ, I mean, you pretty much they ain't that lenient.
I mean, I think that blood evidence that they said originally is actually
but Brian Eaton is a fucking idiot. He had got a bunch of stuff wrong. He got the confession completely wrong, and people were scared to say it because everybody loves Brian. And he said he was wrong.
I think that you're too into exact words on the DA and the sheriffs, and they don't have to tell you nothing.
Words mean a lot.
They do, but they don't have to tell you the truth. They don't.
When they don't tell us, that's what's scary. Because listen, if you had a slam dunk case, you're gonna come out there with a smile on your face. I'm like, look, guys, this shit is over.
Then you cannot.
They do it all the time.
Not before the person's prosecuted. You can't. That's why they did all that stuff with Brian Koberger.
I'll be walking out there acting like I'm dribbling a basketball, hitting threes and everything. Be like,
you'd never convict anybody that way because you would be biased.
Got him. What about Judge Grady? The sheriff that comes out there with the fucking chains on, and he's like, he had that video now. Do you see they busted all them people for soliciting for stuff with minors and sex trafficking, and he's out there talking about fool around and find out. Yeah, anybody see that? Just came out today.
Act like that anywhere? No.
But when you got them, you got them.
You can't, because then they're going to go to court and say, "Hey, this guy was up here parading his success," and I
mean, you ain't got to parade it, but you can say it. Like, we got this is a slam dunk. We found evidence in their computers that they were trying to hide a body. You can.
Then it's going to be an unfair trial.
It wouldn't be an unfair trial if you're telling the truth of what you got. It ain't against the rules to lie. They can lie. They can come up there and say we got all kind of shit.
She's right. Dolly PJ is right.
I don't think they got much. I honestly don't. I don't think they have much. And if they take a deal, it's because they don't. If they offer them a deal, it's because they don't think they have enough to convict.
I don't agree.
Why would they offer them a deal?
Why did they offer Stephen Stearns a deal? Why did they offer
with nobody? With nobody.
I don't agree. We don't need to argue about this one. I just don't agree.
Okay.
And a lot of the chat doesn't agree either.
And I ain't telling you got to agree with me or not. I'm just saying I ain't offering you shit if it's an open and closed case. If I'm offering you a deal, it's because I think you may be able to get away with it.
To prosecute.
It ain't going to take millions of dollars. Their money.
I mean, but they work for the state, and it's going to be the state's money.
Do you think they care? They waste millions of dollars on stupid shit all the time. all the
PJ,
time.
Exit stage left. You want me to leave?
No,
That's what she said.
I like debating with PJ.
I do too. And but
Right?
people think that we're gonna go back here and fight each other afterwards.
No.
This is how we talk sometimes. It's not. I saw somebody write that we were oil and water getting divorced after this.
No, we discuss true crime stuff like this all the time.
Yeah.
Right? She may think they have a bunch on them. I think they
didn't say
got
a
nothing.
bunch.
I think they got nothing.
I said they got something because they would have never picked them up.
They didn't give one reason for the arrest.
So they just arrested them just for funsies? You think they just arrested them with nothing?
I don't think they have much, and that's why they don't want to tell the public, because then the public be like, well, why'd you arrest them? I mean, I know they need to be arrested. I know they need to be in jail, but I think they arrested them to stop the chaos that was going on out in front of the house. That's what I think they did. And if you look up leading up to it, even the cop that I spoke with that night told me, he said, yeah, I'm going to talk to them. This ain't going to stop until they're arrested.
And you think they can hold them over that? Why are they holding them still? For nothing? They got nothing?
Well, yeah. I think once they charge you, they don't. Then it has to go to court. They can hold you either way.
But yet this David guy's just walking freely. Like there's nothing they can do about that. They can't go just pick him up for no reason.
I think there's more evidence against David than they have on them in Camazon. Is that how you say it?
Mm.
San Bernardino. I think there's more evidence. Yes, I think there's more evidence against David than there is against Rebecca and Jake
Somebody
Haro.
said for their protection. Do you think they picked him up and they're holding him for their protection?
Well, it was starting to get weird
Please.
out there. People were going up to the door. People were climbing on the house. You seen people were breaking in the house and selling tickets to tour the house. I think that
they can't control that. They can't put up a detail or something to patrol the area. Like they really can't. That just seems like ridiculous.
I mean, I thought the same thing. Why not put one cop out there just to maintain the peace? But they didn't. And the police station is right down the street. The sheriff's office is literally on the same street at the end.
Don't agree because Ellie said there was video evidence of the scene where he was supposedly kidnapped from. What's that about?
Yeah, they didn't see it, but it was shot from other cameras in the area. So, I mean, yeah, they may have some evidence that makes them think that, but there's no physical evidence. Circumstantial evidence, yeah.
If there's blood on the floor, yes, there is. That didn't
What
come
blood?
from
That came from News Nation.
You were live on the scene reporting that there was blood found on the scene, and now you're saying that didn't happen.
No, I'm saying I
wasn't on
reported that
Nation.
News Nation said there was. It was said on News Nation, and then Brian Eaton said that they confessed and he was fucking wrong. He also said a jailhouse informant was in the cell with him, and then they get up there and say he's alone in a cell. So it tells you right there that the News Nation's full of shit. So if you believe anything they saying, then you're not believing a good source, because I think damn News Nation is putting out titles to get clicks and views like they're YouTubers.
Like everybody else is. They are.
But I'll never trust News Nation. See,
I don't either. It's not about News Nation. I heard it elsewhere. I don't think it was News Nation. I think it was on the Tira that said the blood.
Did you believe him?
I don't believe anybody. But I don't
here's
believe
the
they have
thing is
these
like,
people locked up over nothing. I just don't. I don't think it's possible. If you get
I'm saying they have circumstantial evidence. I agree with you that they have circumstantial evidence. I don't believe they have any physical evidence.
Yeah, Pink Rose said they cut up pieces of the carpet.
That don't mean they found anything. They could have seen something that looked like a stain and let's test it. Cut it up. That don't mean they got anything. I just don't think this is a slam dunk like everybody thinks it is, or they would let you know.
Nancy Gray said blood found in the house too.
Nancy,
no, you don't trust Nancy.
I mean, I don't.
You just change who you trust based on what you want to say. Then I don't.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust me either. I wouldn't trust me either.
But I heard it.
I'm not telling you that this is a fact. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
There's a difference from trying to give you facts in the case than saying, hey, I'm giving you my opinion on the case.
Right.
I mean, you can trust my opinion's my opinion, right? And I ain't saying that all these facts. I'm saying it is we don't know the facts. Nobody does. The police didn't come out and tell us that, did they? Did the DA tell us there was
The
blood
poli-
on the house?
if the police or the DA said anything, they have the right to lie to us.
We
And
watch
they wanna
Court
have a fair
TV.
trial.
We watch News Nation. Everybody be wrong,
Right.
right? We
They all
watch
ran
everybody.
with what the one person said.
Yeah, they
Right.
all ran with just some fucking internet rumors.
Mhm.
Like they didn't fact check it, didn't look into it, didn't do shit. So if
I was
that's
shocked by that. I really was.
if that's where you're taking your news from, I'm saying be skeptical of it. That's it. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with me saying be skeptical of these news channels that don't do no fact checking. I can understand. I don't do no fact checking. I'm Dolly. I'm a fucking idiot. Right. But when an idiot is getting shit right and people are getting stuff wrong, then you got to be like, well, damn, what the hell is going on here? That's all I'm saying. Like an idiot shouldn't be. All the major channels are wrong and an idiot's right.
Yeah, FBI Black SUV said, I had a problem when I saw the detective digging through a trash bag and opened the property 3 hours later. I agree. But I don't see, because you can hold people for certain things for
And here's the
3
thing,
days.
after-
And then they just are being held for nothing. And they got nothing.
After they searched the house, they let whoever that man was, if he was family or he wasn't, he was sitting on the porch.
He was
all back in the house. Yeah. Like, that's it. That's the whole search. It's
Yeah,
fucking
right.
30, like an hour. Y'all did an hour forensic. That's it, an hour. And then you're like, all right.
You just let it be. Didn't put crime tape up or anything.
They had crime tape up. They had it blocked about a half a block down.
Right, but people went through the crime tape.
Police. And on the Tita, because
And the other people, the lady you had holding your camera went right up to the house.
that wasn't when it was crime taped off. That's when they
That's
were
what I
there.
mean. They should have still had crime tape up.
Why? It ain't a crime yet.
Mm.
You can't put crime tape up where there ain't a crime.
If they had found stuff before, like they said.
They didn't have. That's what I'm saying. They didn't find nothing. They didn't search the house until after they were arrested. So it ain't like they had this blood and they were like, oh, let's arrest them. We got blood. They arrested them and then they started going in there. They didn't do that before. That's just why I'm saying these people are wrong. They're wrong. I didn't listen. It ain't my fault they're wrong. I want them to be right. Be right. Okay. I want to slam them. I want to see the people go to prison. I want them in jail just as bad as anybody else on the fucking planet. But there ain't no reason to make shit up.
Sweet Leap says, Dolly, you're yelling.
No, I'm just close to the mic. I'm not yelling. I mean, yeah, and like I said, like you can have evidence, but you know, people out here running with everything they hear or my source. Look, he said his source told him that there was an informant in the jail. Your source is full of shit. You're full of shit. Just
You don't think they can talk through the walls?
no. No. I knew Brian. Is it Enton?
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was full of shit. Now people might get mad at me because a lot of people out here love Brian Enton. They're like, "Oh, Brian Enton, oh my god!" Right? But me, I'm just like, "Oh, this idiot is wrong. He's way wrong. He's never been locked up. He don't know how jail works."
Yeah.
Right? I ain't proud of being in jail, but I've been there. I was trustee in Supermax. I know how it operates. You ass ain't talking to nobody. Okay? It just ain't happening. And I knew that. And just like I knew the body wasn't found. People just want to get these sensational headlines and jump the gun on everything. And then if one person says it, somebody else says it, and then everybody thinks it's true.
Yeah.
And there's no truth to it whatsoever. So like maybe they are trying to the plea deal. We don't even know if that's really the case. Let's be honest. You know, all these people that we respect, and listen, I respect Brian Enton for the most part. I usually believe when he says something, it's true. Just like I do when Vinny says something, just like I do when Nancy Grace said something. I look at these people like y'all are the OGs of this, right? Y'all are the leaders of the troops, and I'm just one of the troops, right? But every now and then, one of the troops got to go, "Hey, General, you're a fucking idiot. You're leading us into death, right? You're leading us into death." And then eventually, that's how you rank up as a soldier, right? And then one day, Dolly will be the general, right? That's just how it works. But somebody had to be like, "Hey, y'all wrong." Okay. But like I said, I respect all these people in true crime. I think we're talking about some of the best people out there. Were totally wrong.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That he makes.
There are professionals that are looking for the remains of this child. If the public has any information, then we ask for their help. So we don't know exactly where the remains are. We have some ideas in terms of where we're going to look and where we're going to continue to investigate. When you have members of the public that are out there doing their own searches, all it does is potentially prejudice and damage the case. So please, let the sheriff's departments do their job. They know how to do this, right? We're helping with them, anything they need from us, but they are the ones driving this investigation, and they will track down every lead. I have all the confidence in both of these great sheriffs and their great departments.
That was 21 days ago. 21 days ago, and basically telling the public to back off. Don't look for baby Emmanuel. Now, I've covered dozens and dozens and dozens of stories like this. And sometimes the children or the moms or the dads or whoever is missing is never found. And one way they never get found is if no one's looking for them.
Amen.
Now, I trust that the men and women of these sheriff's departments are passionate and really good at their jobs. But it's been 21 days now. And baby Emmanuel still hasn't been found. And to me, it's a little surprising and a little discouraging not wanting to use the public if the public is willing to come forward and help.
Amen to that. Amen to that, Vinny. Okay. I agree with him. I mean, there's a certain time and point where you can go, okay, public, you're in the way. But there should be a certain date that passes, 30 days, the public can help. Right? And whatever information you got, you should be releasing to the public and asking the public for help.
Listen, for the most part, I would agree, except for we saw what happened when the public was involved in this particular case. And you can't say, okay, public, if you're crazy and you're going to climb the house of these people, you're not allowed to participate. But you people that are going to actually go and do good, you can participate.
What
so
do you
when you say the public,
them were idiots.
So who's to say the idiots aren't going to come back if you decide to say, hey, public, come help me?
They will, but then you just get rid of the idiots. You got to have somebody weed the idiots out.
There's not enough manpower for that. Clearly,
there ain't enough manpower to find this child either.
Apparently, there isn't. And if they plead whatever plea deal, I think that's where you utilize that whole tell me where the baby is and we'll let you plead. But if they're even discussing a plea deal, which, like you said, we don't even know if they are, because God knows where that information came from now. That means they're willing to discuss pleading guilty in order to get a smaller sentence. So
yeah. And I mean, right now, this is basically rumors. There's no facts to this.
Basically, all of this has been rumored.
Right?
All of it.
I think if we're going to get any information, the best source to get it from is the sheriff and the DA. Okay, because they're the only ones that have been out here that haven't been wrong about things. Okay, they haven't been wrong.
Yeah, they're also not going to tell you anything, so they can't.
Well, if they ain't going to look, here's the thing about that, PJ.
That's why they don't do as many press conferences.
Here's the thing:
as anybody wants.
if they ain't going to tell us, they're not telling them.
Yeah. That's
okay,
true.
They're not telling the media because the media tell us. So how did they know this shit? They're guessing.
Mm-hmm.
They're guessing. This is what they think. This is their theory. They think they're trying to strike a deal, right? Somebody said something to somebody.
I agree.
And then it's went down the grapevine. It's just like if I told you the sky is blue and there's a red car parked in the driveway. Time it gets through the channels.
Like a game of telephone.
It's nighttime and there's a limo sitting in front of the house.
Yeah.
You know? The story changes every time it passes hands. It changes just a little tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they got people telling them rumors, but they're not able to check because the DA ain't telling them shit.
Right.
And the sheriff ain't telling them shit. So they're running on rumors. And We don't know what's going to happen. We really truly don't know what they have on them. We know they don't have the baby. We know there's not been no confession, or they would have the baby unless wild animals, they put the baby somewhere and wild animals have ran off with the baby. I mean,
or if he's in the landfill, he's never going to be found either. Like if they threw him
or they even searching a landfill. Remember the dude was out there?
They were, but
on,
I never
who
saw
said they were?
on the tier.
That's what I'm saying.
All of this information
Listen.
coming from.
Here's my thing. If you're believing on the Tita, that's your problem. Don't listen. I like what the guy does. Okay, I like what he does, but he is definitely a source of misinformation. He has got some information right. I don't want to take that from him. He has done good. He has got stuff right, but he has also got things wrong. Like, there's nobody out there searching the landfill, or you would see major media showing
like
that.
With
Nerdy Attic would be droning over the landfill as we speak with video of them searching the landfill.
Imagine you called him out by name.
Okay.
Don't come for us, Nerdy.
I'm just saying, I met Nerdy Attic in Georgia, and that's what he was doing. He was droning over the landfill.
What he does for all the cases.
He was hid in a car, and I followed him.
He's yeah.
Right. I knew he was up to something, right? Because listen, I'm sitting there,
Let's
right?
not tell all the secrets now.
I'm sitting there. I won't tell you who he was with. I'll leave that out. But I seen a car pull up, right? And I seen a hand come out the window. And when the hand came out the window, he launched a damn drone like off a fucking spy movie. Okay. And the car fucking peels out. I'm like, okay. So I follow the car. All right. So this car pulls up in a church parking lot a couple miles from Leilani's house in the landfill. I jumped right out the car, walked right up on the car. Because I wanted to see who was in the vehicle. Right. So if y'all don't know, there's a guy on.
Don't tell it all. I
know. What is he on? X?
I don't think he's really participated in much lately. I haven't seen him post much anything.
Okay. Well, he used to do all the true crime stuff, droning over all the properties like Brian Laundrie, Leilani Simon. Where else do he go? He does everything, right? And he goes by Nerdy Attic on X. So when I walk up on the car, he's ducked down in the back seat of the car with the drone controller in his hand, and he's flying the drone over Leilani's house, right? And I'm like, hey, man, who are you? Right? And he's like, I'm so-and-so, I'm Nerdy Attic. And I said, nice to meet you, man. I'm Dolly. He's like, oh, I know who you are. And I'm like, okay, all right, bro, right? But I'm just saying, if this was happening, there would be people showing it to you. That's all I'm saying. That's just the point I'm trying to make. That people do certain things. You're not going to go do this without people knowing. And Nerdy Attic had some really good sources. And while I was down there, he gave me some information, right? Because I just say this. He's connected to people that I ain't got no connection to. I didn't say who he's connected to. Jesus. I'm just saying he's connected to people that I have no connections to. Okay, he has sources, like real sources.
I'm gonna call you Flappy from here on out.
And he be knowing shit, right? He be knowing things you wouldn't know. There's just no way you can know it, but he can know it. I don't know why that is, but it is.
Something wrong with
I'm just saying that it's the truth. I ain't lying to the people. I'm just saying he be knowing things that
I'm not saying nothing
that people don't tell you. Okay, why they tell him, I don't know why they tell him, but he knows. He knows. Like, so when he says something, take it as like, yeah, okay, he be knowing. That's all I'm saying. He operates like a fucking spy and shit. I was like, you ain't getting away that easy. I seen you. Nobody else might have seen him, but I seen you, buddy. I seen you, and I tracked you down. But I mean, it was for a good cause. He was out there trying to find answers for Quentin Simon. There's a lot of people, right? So, there is some fucking spies on the internet. Some people that operate good. I mean, I think everybody has their purpose, right? in finding missing kids or putting the pressure onto the police, or especially when it comes to these cases and making them big, right? Like it took a lot of people to make the Emmanuel Haro big. The more people that talk about it on the internet, the
People
more
already figured out exactly what you're talking about. Lord Jesus.
more like the more pressure that YouTubers put on stuff, right? The more we talk about it. Just like Onatita was talking about it, I was talking about it, and it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting bigger. Thousands of people are starting to watch it. The media sees that. You don't think the producers from like Nancy Grace, Court TV, and Banfield, and all of them don't watch Dolly? You're absolutely wrong. I would have never thought they watched me either. They do. They do watch. They know exactly who I am, right? Because they all reached out to me. And I was thinking, how the hell did they know how to get a hold of me? But they did, right? So they be watching. Now, I ain't saying that Nancy herself watches, but her producers do. Okay, the people that work with Vinny at Court TV, they be watching. The producers at Nancy, they be watching. Some of these news channels, their people be watching. It's kind of surprising to me too, because I'm just an idiot on the internet, but I am an idiot that's involved in the trenches of it. Okay, I'm not on the sidelines. I'm in the game. Okay, like EA Sports in the game, right? So when you in the game, of course, you want to see what's going on the front lines. You want to see what's happening in the trenches. That's why so many people like JLR, right? Because they're boots on the ground. We're there. You're not getting it at the 11 o'clock news. You're getting it live. You're getting the real of it. Like, you say there's real TV, but that shit ain't real. YouTube is real. It's as real as it's going to get. And you get to see that firsthand because I go straight out to all these cases all over the country. Lately, JR, I ain't seen, usually he beats me to everything. Like it ain't no getting there quicker than JR. I don't know if he has a spaceship or how the hell he gets around so fast. Here's the thing. JR get in his car. I'll jump on an airplane and he'll still beat me there. I don't know how the hell he does that. Does he drive at 300 miles an hour? Does he have a fucking own a Lambo? How does he get to these places so quick? Lately, though, he hasn't been doing that. He's just been covering news at the house. And but he always usually when I get somewhere, I expect to see him. And I haven't seen him in a while. Not this year, anyway. Last year, he was everywhere. This year, I don't even see him. Detectives do not like YouTube. Dolly not an idiot. Dolly's not ugly neither. I'd just be kidding, right? I'm borderline genius. Partly crazy. Partly crazy, borderline genius. All right, let's get back to this.
Brings us to the first question in our investigation tonight. Will baby Emmanuel ever be found?
Yes, the little boy missing today out of Arkansas. His daddy's what's his daddy? Archaeologist. Yeah. And the little boy is 12 years old. He went missing. Has there been any updates on that?
I never saw it. At 12, the kid could have ran away. We just learned that with that other poor child, but I didn't ever see it to begin with.
I usually don't stress teenage children too much. Usually I usually got to believe there's some type of foul play to really cover the case. But yes, I do know about the little boy missing. And I know he's from Arkansas. I know he's 12 years old. I know his daddy's like has his doctrine. And his daddy has been pleading with the public to help find the child. But PJ can grab some of that information while we listen to a little bit of Vinny.
And that was 21 days ago when he said, don't look. People had been attempting to find this child because people feel so passionate about it. All right, I want to bring in Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson, who joins us tonight live from outside the Haro home in Cabazon, California. Matt, great to see you tonight. And to me,
they're saying he was found. He's been found. Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah, it kind of had that runaway vibe to it. Like I said, I usually don't sweat runaway found safe. Thank you, Danny. I usually don't sweat kids that are runaways. I usually stick with foul play. If it's not foul play, I usually don't dig too much in it. Now, I stay aware of the case just in the case, there's inconsistent statements or something changes. But usually when a teenage kid runs away, I don't worry about it too much. I'm more if you're 10 and under, Dolly law, right? There's suspected foul play or your family ain't acting right. Then usually I'm all over those cases. And it didn't really fall under that. Not that it couldn't have changed to that, but we wait for the change before we really jump on it. And then we'll start going on it. Because there's,
We've covered a missing teen every single time that it happened. There would literally be a case every second.
Yes, we would be constantly missing teenager. There's 300,000 of them a year go missing. There's just no way to cover every missing teen. But there ain't always kids under 10 that go missing.
Yeah.
Because kids usually under 10 don't run away. And they're in danger if they are out on their own. So we usually cover those cases.
The one thing that has struck me about this case has been the reaction. Like, I get it on social media, but also locally, it has been intense. This community is invested in the story, wants to help find this child. What are you seeing and feeling tonight as you're in front of the home?
Put it on Dolly.
Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I started the biggest initiative.
Yeah, this is a community that's grieving for this missing child, missing baby Emmanuel, just 7 months old when he was reported missing on August 14th. And since that time, we have been to the house many times, and this memorial growing. Let me show you what it looks like over my shoulder. You can see that there are signs, there are teddy bears, there are candles. This has been a growing memorial and vigil. There's flowers over here. It reads, "Baby Emmanuel, we love you and we pray for you. You get the justice you deserve, sweet baby boy. Justice for Emmanuel." That is really the message out here as we're looking at toys, dozens and dozens.
I will be back out there when they get sentenced. So when they go to sentence these people,
they don't have nothing, so you don't have to worry about it.
Well, if they take a plea, they're going to get sentenced. So either way, they're getting sentenced.
You think they?
I didn't say they wouldn't get convicted. I'm just saying I don't think they have much on them.
Why would they have anything on them? You don't think they do, so that they could just let him go.
No, I didn't say they didn't have nothing. I said they don't have any physical evidence. I said they have a lot of circumstantial.
A lot of people get locked up and put away with circumstantial evidence.
I know. Cody Bixby's dad did.
Right. And
Corey.
He did it. Just like Leilani, she did it.
Yeah.
Just like the Bakersfield.
I didn't say they wouldn't get
California
convicted.
City boys.
I didn't say they wouldn't get
it.
convicted. I just said it's not a slam dunk case. Cut and dry. I still believe they're going to get convicted, and I'm going to be out there for the sentencing of it. But I don't think that they got as much as you think they do.
Dozens of plushies, angel wings, toys, signs, just being placed out here by record number by people that are really searching for answers and wanting to help the community find this baby, but they're being told by sheriff's deputies to hold off and not search on their own. Vinny.
What's fascinating, Matt, is you start going through that memorial. We've seen, unfortunately, many of them. This is in a remote area, not a dense population. And to have that level of people and outpouring, to me, speaks volumes. Now, let's talk about the search. There was one search in one spot, and my understanding is that you went back to that spot today. Tell me about what you did today.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes, about 21 miles away from Cabazon, where we're located right here in the desert community, just outside of Palm Springs. This is also about 80 miles away from Los Angeles, to give you an idea, lay of the land. So we went to that search area. It's near the 60 freeway in Moreno Valley. I wanted to show you what it's like. Take a look. We are now off the busy 60 freeway in Southern California, Gelman Springs Road in Moreno Valley. This is potentially another crime scene. This is where Jake Haro was spotted with investigators after his arrest. He was in a jail jumpsuit. He was out here with deputies from San Bernardino County Sheriffs, along with...
No, listen. When I was coming out the hotel...
There's no way. Look how he's disconnected from the background.
No, he's not. It's the camera that the cameraman's using. I actually sat out and spent some time with this cameraman that's filming him right now. He's a cool dude. He's the guy. He's usually in Vegas shooting Circus Soleil. When I was out there, right, I walked outside, and it's a scorcher, so your lens will fog up, right? So he's constantly wiping the camera. I noticed he was doing this a lot when we was out there. He's constantly wiping his camera. He has the bigger camera. That's like, I don't know, but it gets this foggy. It's a little tiny bit out of focus.
Foggy. It's like
it is foggy. Like you can see it right here in it. And this is a camera shot. Like watch.
Cadaver dogs. They didn't find any remains. And deputies say he was not cooperating. In Southern California, Gelman Springs Road in Moreno Valley. This is potentially another crime scene. This is where Jake Haro was spotted with investigators after his arrest. He was in a jail jumpsuit. He was out here with deputies from San Bernardino County Sheriffs, along with cadaver dogs. They didn't find any remains, and deputies say he was not cooperating. But the questions are, what led investigators to this location? And will the baby ever be found? For those answers, we enlisted the help of retired special agent with the FBI, Bobby Chacon.
So when I first came out here, initially I was like, there's a lot of traffic actually off the 60 freeway, but it's very remote and a lot of brush. Talk to me about the area.
Sure, you do see a lot of traffic here now because we're here midday, but you don't see any traffic lights, any street lights. There's no homes as far as you can see. And in the back behind us, you can see how rugged it is. It's hilly, it's desolate. There's not much here. Probably at night, this is probably very remote. You probably can't see anything here if your lights are off.
In your experience, would this be a good place to hide something?
I mean, this is a very good place to hide something because number one, access is not all that great. You can get here at night and not be seen. And it's just very remote. There's not a lot of people would walk through and stumble upon something you leave here, although there's probably a lot of wildlife here. So if you leave something that's going to decay and be, consumed by wildlife, that would probably happen.
Okay, so you mentioned wildlife. There's coyotes. There's other wildlife out here. Will the baby ever be located?
This is, at 7 months old, he's a very small child. Animals consume very voraciously here, so he could be consumed fairly easily and quickly, unfortunately. Things in this hot sun really decay quickly.
But would the cadaver dogs have picked that up? They were out here.
Sure, cadaver dogs would certainly pick up something like that. They were here, but also you can see how vast this area is. Unless they're right on the scent, and you can feel the wind blowing today, unless they're right on the scent, this is a vast area to search, even with dogs. So you have to have specific information that drives you here.
Jake Haro was brought out here by investigators, but it didn't appear that he was actively searching or participating. So why bring him out here?
That's a great question. Why they brought Jake Haro out here is still a mystery. The only reason that you normally see a person brought out is if they have information that's going to benefit you in your search. So that means the information would come from them. Other than that, if they had, say, electronic information, say his cell phone hit here and they analyzed the cell phone data, that could drive you here. But if he's not cooperating with the investigation, why bring him here? And really, you can't force someone in custody to come out to the field with you. He had to have agreed to come out. Now, he may have agreed and know he wasn't going to give them any kind of pertinent information, but you can't force somebody like that out here. So he was out here voluntarily, in a manner of speaking, but during the course of that, he didn't look like he was directing them anywhere. In the footage that I saw, he wasn't pointing anywhere. He wasn't leading them anywhere. He was just kind of standing with the investigators.
So it's to get his reaction, maybe?
Maybe to get his reaction. I don't know. They brought him out here. Maybe if they thought he was close, he would kind of get emotional or break down. It is his son, after all. So, I mean, maybe that's what they were doing, but certainly it wasn't fruitful, whatever it was.
Do you think that he's maybe participating or being brought out to more searches? Investigators are being very tight-lipped as to where they're going next.
Yeah, that's kind of odd that they wouldn't have released the information that led them here. Because if it was really good information, they often enlist the help of the community. You can have community people out here searching. We've all seen that, elbow to elbow, arm in arm, walking through woods, walking through areas like this, trying to find and help law enforcement. But for some reason, they did not do that in this case. So they either ruled out this area completely very quickly, or they're waiting to get further, more specific information to get them closer to a place, because it's so vast out here. Unless you have much more specific information, it's less than a needle in a haystack.
In your experience, you've taken part in a lot of investigations like this in your career as FBI. Where do you think they are now in their investigation? Where might they be looking next?
I think they're poring over the electronic data at this point, the cell phone data, the cell tower information, matching it up to that timeline.
That's the same thing I said in the Jack and Lilly case, that they're probably pouring over all this data of the cell phones. They're going to search all these areas that these phones ping near. That's what I believe in the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case too. And I mean, this is coming from an FBI agent saying, yeah, that's what they're focusing. When you don't got nothing, what do you focus on? You got to focus on what you do have.
Little baby Emmanuel disappeared, and they're trying to find out electronically those steps that they took. They probably have done all the interviews that they're going to do with friends and family and anybody else that was associated with this, to find out, if they knew anything, and they're matching that up. But right now, I think they're stuck, and I think they're probably trying to pour through that electronic data and come up with some kind of theory about where he might be.
And there's a lot of agencies involved in this search and recovery effort and this investigation. Both Riverside and San Bernardino counties are involved. It's San Bernardino County that is leading the charge with their investigation into the search for baby Emmanuel. At this hour, they tell us that the search is ongoing and all of this still under investigation, Vinny.
All right, Matt Johnson's going to stick around right now, though. Let's bring in the founder of On the Tierra News, Ahmed Bellozo, our friend who's been covering this case on his TikTok platform and other places on social media. Ahmed, great to see you tonight. How are you feeling, first of all? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm out here actively working on another case, and so I took some time away from that. A lot of similarities, and I want to touch on some of that if you will allow me. But yes, I do feel good. Thank you, Vinny, for having me, and Court TV as well.
Okay. What are your thoughts tonight? Do you believe little Emmanuel will ever be found?
Our hope, obviously, is that, yes, he will be found. Now, in what state is a different question altogether. We are thoroughly prepared now for the recovery portion of this investigation. Authorities are not telling us anything, and we continue with our leads, and the same way they're not telling us, we're not telling them neither.
That's not
Oh, expand on that a little bit, Ahmed. What do you mean?
Well, it's been a month, as you said now, and we were so willingly helping and trying to share information.
He got mad about him telling him not to help, didn't he? But if you get information, you got to share it with the police.
Right, because
they're going to make
the police.
Yeah,
what are you
because
going to do? Charge them yourself?
Yeah, but
No?
he's angry about how they
That's so childish.
how they did him. It's a tit for tat. It was childish of the police too to kind of pin him out like that.
No, he was part of the problem. I'm sorry, I don't have nothing against him, but he put out information that they didn't want out. Clearly, either it's right or wrong, and they don't want it known, or something. Something went down to where the disagreement there occurred, and he's actually butting into an investigation, and they're trying to prosecute these people. So with this person getting in the way, I don't feel that it's fully helpful. I just don't.
Well, if you got information that's critical to the case, you need to turn it over to the police.
Right.
You can't get butthurt because you're not. They don't look at you like a professional
he doesn't
reporter.
really have information. So
Well, he gets things wrong
a lot. So
right. So.
And it has become some sort of
like I
slap
said,
in the
everybody gets stuff wrong, but yeah, he's gotten some things wrong in his case, and they don't look at him as a credible news source, right? So, and now he's angry and saying what information he has, he's not turning over to the police.
That's childish.
it's not good. He should, if he does have things.
He's putting people that are actually really trying to help and actually helping in.
Well, one,
ways.
if you know information, you need to be giving it to the
Always.
police, not on the Tita.
Right.
Okay, because these.
But see,
Just like I tell people here, you can tell me the information, but tell the police first. I'm not the police.
A lot of times
Okay.
people want to talk to somebody like him or like you because they don't trust
The police,
They don't
yeah,
wanna
I
talk
get it.
to the police.
I get that. Then that's the case. Then we take that information and we turn it over to the police.
And he's up here saying publicly to God knows how many people that he's not
going to give it to the police.
It's just a bad look.
Yeah, it's that's not good on the Tita, right? You need to listen. I know sometimes people say shit we don't like, right? Trust me, I was called a heckler.
Yeah.
Right. Remember when they were calling me a heckler? And they were calling me that it's because I had more news than the news did.
Yeah.
But they were calling me a heckler. Did I get mad? I did get mad. I did get mad. I still don't like the I still don't like the media in Georgia, you pieces of shit. Okay. But I would have still turned over any information to Chief Hatley. I would have. You know, and I was willing to give up that information, and I did. Y'all see me on court TV out there in Georgia. But yeah, you can't hold stuff. I'm not the police. Okay. You got to know your role in this. You got to know your role. All right. Our role is to get out there and help the police, to be an asset to the police.
Not somebody that's against them.
Not somebody that's against the police. That's absolutely right. We need to be more of an asset to the police so the police respect us. Right. If you keep going at the police like Betty was doing there, then they're going to always hate YouTubers. We need to be nice to the police, help the police, assist the police, support our men in blue, right? Like, I'm here to help the police. I'm not here to solve the fucking case. I'm here to help you any way I can. If that's search, if that's sleuth, give my information to you. Because listen to this. How many people are in prison because of Dolly or Onatita? Nobody. Not one soul. Right? You know who's in prison? Because of good detective work. Detectives, police, they put in judges, prosecutors. These are the people that do this. Okay? We need to be their assistants in this. Right? Help them. Further make it easier for them. Not make it harder for them, right? So I just want to share that. Now, like, I respect people that go out in their boots on the ground, JLR, even Bullhorn Betty sometimes, right? BJ said I don't. But I'm just saying, like, I have that respect that you're getting off your ass, you're getting out there doing it, but you can't get butt hurt. I was mad at the media. I wasn't never really mad at the police, and they arrested me, and I wasn't mad at them, right? I don't go F Georgia police. If you hear me, I say Chief Hatley did a great job.
Yeah, because they had it the whole time. Y'all were just a distraction.
Well, I think that we didn't have much faith, and that's where I learned from.
It hadn't been but so much time. There's so many cases.
It had been over 30 days. It had been over 30 days. They didn't have shit, and this girl was throwing parties at the house. That's hard to see when you got a dead baby in a landfill and this bitch is throwing a party.
Meant to know about it because the public doesn't know the stuff they need in order to prosecute these
I
people.
knew so much. I knew so much because the locals were telling me stuff.
And you didn't think that the police knew that at the same time?
I knew the police knew.
So they were just gathering it all to arrest her. That's why being out.
Yeah, but they had plenty to arrest her on, and didn't. They had more on Leilani than they had on Jack and Rebecca Haro. I guarantee
you don't know
that.
what they have on Jake and Rebecca. That's my point.
I know they ain't got nothing. That's what I know. They had plenty on Leilani. They were just bad. The police didn't test the blood in the crib or didn't test the blood in the vehicle. It was bad.
Yeah, I think
Base now that any information that we have now, we're trying to piece this case together ourselves. And when I talk about we, I'm talking about me.
So
me. When I say
give me your reaction. And were you surprised when in that press conference they came out and they said, listen, We don't want the public searching for this child. I've covered dozens of these stories. You take me back to Orlando, Kaylee Marie Anthony is missing. I mean, the whole community was out. There were organized searches. Maya Miliete in San Diego, a missing mother of 3. The whole community coming together and searching. And here they're saying, don't search. Give me your reaction to that.
This credit card has an interest rate that's really, really low. How low? This low. The credit.
Well, as I said earlier, right now I'm working on the search for a missing person, Joseph Aranda, here in Victorville. And the police have been actively working on his case here in San Bernardino County. And the lead investigator has been on vacation for 3 weeks now. And we have new leads and we can't even get them to him because he hasn't came back. And so we understand that, things get lost in the shuffle due to time. And, his vacation with his family was probably planned before what happened with Joseph Aranda here in Victorville. But we have no leads to talk to an investigator, a supervisor above him. And so right now we're waiting so they're telling us not to look, but he ain't looking. And so obviously in the Emmanuel case, we don't know who's looking. We don't know who's on vacation. We don't know what leads they have. And so if you're not going to tell us where we're at, then we're going to go out there and look for ourselves, because this man, and God bless him, the deputy from San Bernardino County, who's the lead investigator in this case of Joseph Aranda, is on vacation and we can't get a hold of him. And we have active leads that work down in the riverbed right now today because we're trying to find this man, and we have new leads and we don't know who to give them to because the San Bernardino County Sheriff won't call us back because they don't want our help. So it's like a catch-22. We're in a pickle. It's very frustrating. Emmanuel, I have new leads, bro. I have new leads. But who do I share it with? You two, so everybody can shred it up and destroy it? No. Yeah. And so I understand when people withhold information, because I have vital information right now regarding Jake, and we'll get into that. Obviously,
absolutely.
But
hold that thought, Ahmed. We got a commercial in here, but Ahmed Beloso staying with us. Coming up next, what is happening in the baby Emmanuel case right now?
There's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are involved. A lot of people are invested. A lot of people spent their money to come out here.
My 2 best friends were just murdered.
Join me for a Court TV true crime series where we take you from the crime scene to the courtroom.
Donna Adelson hates every piece of grass after Dan Marcel ever walked off.
It's something that will haunt all of us forever.
Why would it go?
It always seemed like he was covering or deceiving.
This was a whole different level.
Want to find baby Emmanuel. Let's bring back in Court TV crime and justice correspondent Matt Johnson, who's live outside baby Emmanuel's former home in Cabazon, California. Matt, who have you been able to speak to about the status of the case?
Yeah, none of the attorneys, none of the investigators, none of the agencies involved are talking. But the Riverside County District Attorney that made the official charges against Jake and Rebecca Haro last month, they did release a statement to Court TV that in part reads this about a pending possible plea deal. Let's put it on your screen. A felony settlement conference is a hearing between an arraignment and a preliminary hearing. Despite the title, it doesn't mean, however, that there will be a settlement. In other words, a plea deal. It goes on to say a felony settlement conference was continued at the request of Jake Haro and his attorneys. No motions have been made other than the continuance by Jake Haro's attorneys to continue. Well, he continues to be represented by the Riverside County Public Defender's Office. They're not commenting in light of these filings and this request for more time before the initial next court appearance, which is going to be the preliminary hearing if it doesn't plea out first. But we are hearing that the mother, Rebecca Haro, is being represented by a very well-known attorney in the area who has...
Oh, no. If you call TBI, right, they call you instantly back.
Some people say they don't.
They called us instantly back.
I know.
I don't.
Weird.
So, like, my experience is they call you right directly back. Or they answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or they answer the phone and they connect you to the people you need to be connected to. Are you doing a call-in show? Yeah, I'm going to open up the phone line in just a minute.
A lot of other high-profile cases on his belt, including the Turpin House of Horror case, which I covered when I was an anchor here in Los Angeles, and that also led to a plea deal. Vinny?
Yeah, you've got two defendants, and it just seems that that's where it's moving towards. Matt Johnson doing great work, as always. Thank you so much. That brings us to the next question in our investigation, which is about right now. What is happening in the baby Emmanuel case right now as we speak? Here to help with our investigation, host of the Hidden True Crime podcast and YouTube channel, Lauren Mathias, and founder of On the Tira News, Ahmed Bellozo. All right. How would you answer this question, Ahmed? What is happening in the case right now?
Well, as he stated earlier, nobody's telling us anything, but I know what my constituents are telling me, and I know where I'm at in this investigation. So I can only speak for myself, if you would like to know where I'm at.
Absolutely. Everyone.
I'm sorry.
His constituents. He knows what he's being told. Right? But you got to know it's true. There's a difference between saying, hey, guys, I heard some rumors. Then I know what's going on. There's a difference.
A huge difference.
One at home is saying, Vinny, please let him say where he's at right now.
So right now we're focused in on August 7th, 8th, and 9th. We have a definitive location that Jake, in fact, took items on the 7th. And I don't want to say too much because I know more information that I'm saying. The thing is that the police also know what I'm talking about. The public doesn't know because I haven't given them a location. I haven't given them no items. I haven't given them anything other than what we were.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right.
It's a very, very tricky situation when you have vital information and you cannot release everything because one, Jake doesn't know what I have. Does that make sense?
That's why the police.
Absolutely.
And two,
I don't think
he's over there trying to scramble because he doesn't know what evidence we're presenting and because he doesn't know, but he knows he was there at the place. We have him on the 7th because he took items and they were brand new items. It was a service store, I guess you could say, right? Where the exchange gift service, not gifts, where they exchange services and blah, 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 right? And so he took this to the store and he gave, they sold these over $700, quite possibly $400 to $700 worth of brand new clothing and apparatuses, meaning bassinets, swings, and everything in pristine condition. So obviously the business owner was over the moon. And so he left, he donated it. They sold everything off the same day. The next day, Jake returned on the 8th and he asked if he can use their dumpster. And he dropped off some grocery size bags in the dumpster. And that is where my investigative services came in and led it to the landfill, right? Which is at Lambs Canyon. Now, he went back on the 10th again. And so what he did on the 10th is he donated another gift because they were you all know about the Watermen. They were selling their Trump coins at mint condition. And so they know about collectibles. How far advanced they are as far as what they have, I don't know. But he donated another item. And I'm not going to say what it is because obviously whoever bought it, it was in pristine condition and they sold it off. So what he was doing is he was checking his traps, I believe, right? So he went to the 7th to try to butter up the lady. He used her dumpster on the 8th, and then he went back on the 9th to see if anybody had kind of fiddled around, and which they didn't. The dumpsters in that area go to the landfill on Tuesdays, and the trash cans for the homes go on Thursdays. And so the same dumpster that he used down the street, a block across the street from the sheriff's station, right down Ramona Street, where Emmanuel was killed, that same dumpster also goes to that landfill.
Wow.
How does he know where Emmanuel was killed?
He doesn't. He doesn't know any of what he's saying, and they could get sued for this. Like, he's literally just making up.
Well, they're in jail. They ain't out to sue him, but yeah, it sounds a little
make believe.
I'm not saying he wasn't at a pawn shop. I'm just saying that
he already said all that. We already knew that rumor and the dumpster. And
yeah,
the dumpster at the store.
Yeah,
like he already gave all of this out a long
He's seen everything together, and so now
let's do this. Let's hold that thought for 1 second, Ahmed.
Real quick. Just one little more piece, real quick. Now we're figuring out, because if Emmanuel died after the 9th, that means it was premeditated murder, and that makes this a circumstance special case.
Absolutely.
And all people got the deal now. Boom.
Absolutely. If you're doing things in preparation for that, instead of as a result of. Lauren Mathias, where do you think this investigation, this case is right now?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, but the problem is he don't know when the baby died.
You don't know.
Nobody knows when the baby died. They know around the time they believe the baby died.
The last time they saw the baby was at that Sam's or Costco or something in the baby seat.
Dolly, he went to the landfill. I know he went to the landfill, but there was nobody searching the landfill. Okay, there was no search that took place at the landfill by the authorities. Right? He's saying they're searching landfill. I can say they're searching a cave. That don't mean they're actually searching a cave. See what I'm saying? There was no search that took place at the landfill. I think he's a little mad with the authorities because the authorities told him to get some rest, and it made him mad. Because listen, like I said, as a sleuth, it's our job to assist the police. We are not the police. The problem is when people think they're a detective. Okay? That's the problem.
I mean, he's a nice personality.
Yeah, he's a good personality. I like his the way he presents. I'm just saying that people are taking him like he's correct, and he's not always correct. So I mean, it is what it is. It's like, yeah, as far as presenting you information, I like his style of doing it. It's a little bit different than I would do it. He's a little wild and unhinged.
He used to be like that,
right?
So we toned it down a little bit.
Yeah, I had to tone it down. I did. I was a little wild in the beginning, right?
It makes you not really workable with when you're unpredictable.
Yeah.
I learned he works. It's just him.
I learned a lot from the Georgia case. Like if you looked at Georgia and then you looked at me covering Emmanuel Haro, it was almost like two different people, right? Two different people. But listen, you have to learn, and I think he'll learn because, he don't usually cover missing kid cases. I've covered a lot of missing kid cases. So over that time, reminds me of the old Dolly, right? Dolly, he's fucking unhinged, right? And like, he just don't, I think his passion's there to bring you this information, right? But to whereas I have more, I had to have somebody help me. PJ does a lot of my sleuthing and background checking and things to help me get more things right before I say something and wrong. I'm more likely to go, PJ, check this out.
Yeah, because people are not going to take you seriously if you say this, that, and that.
Yeah, and you just jump the gun without factual information. I'd rather not be the first one to bring it to you, but when I come up here, you notice I'm right. I'm not wrong a lot. It's try to avoid being wrong at all costs, right? It don't matter if you got 100,000 views and I only got 20. Then what matters is the information that I brought those 20,000 people is accurate, correct information that is right. Okay, that's more important than getting 100,000 views.
It's almost like we lost the plot when we just start reporting just anything.
Like I could jump up here and make crazy fucking titles and just bring you crazy news that is just complete speculation. Then that's easy to do. That's real easy. It's harder to get you factual, real information. Like everybody believes like the police are searching this landfill and shit. And they're not. There's nothing that has led these police to that landfill. That's just him reporting to his constituents, right? In the chat, right? It's entered the chat. I mean, that's great. That's good entertainment, right? It's good entertainment. Is it good information? Okay, there's a difference now, guys, right? Good entertainment. I try to bring you entertainment and good information, right? Now, if you're looking at the entertainment aspect of it, the guy is really entertaining, okay? As far as his information, he's been 50-50. Some things he's getting right. Some things he's getting wrong, but people are running with it like he's the holy grail of rightness, and it's not, right? That's what we want to clear up, because he's reporting rumors, right? He's reporting rumors, what his people are telling him. He believes this to be the truth, right? I'm sure Brian Eaton, when he reported that shit, he believed it was the truth too, right? I'm sure when Vinny and Nancy were reporting information that wasn't right, they believed it to be true. I don't think anybody just comes up here and purposely goes, "Oh, let me lie to the people today." I hope not. Anyway,
he said it. He was just like perceiving things a certain way and saying how he believes Jake was doing this to do this before he did this. And I'm like, how do you're not inside his brain. You
yeah,
can't really.
The problem is on the Tita's acting like he's a detective.
Yeah.
You can't be both, bro. You can't be a reporter and a detective.
Right. He has this important role in being the mouthpiece.
Yes. That's if I could pull him to the side, I'd be like, look, dude, be the voice.
Yeah, you're
right?
bringing attention to the case that's necessary.
Yeah, is he helping the case? Yes, because just like I was bringing attention to it. The more attention you bring to it, the more the national channels pick it up, right? So it's important that he did his part, I did my part, and everybody else on YouTube did their part to make this as big as it is, to bring all this attention to it.
You just have to know your
role. You just got to know your role. Right, like The Rock would say, know your spot in this, man. You like, listen, you ain't the detective, you ain't the prosecutor, you the reporter.
You're not the police.
You can sleuth the stuff, but all that stuff goes to the police, right? It goes out to the world. This information is to be put out. It ain't the hoard information and I know what you don't know, right? Fuck that. That ain't important. What's important is justice in these kids. That's it. If it ain't about justice in these kids, you're in it for the wrong fucking reasons. It's justice in the kids first and foremost. Then everything else after that, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? Take a jab at the media. Like my problem has never been with the police. The only problem I've ever had is with the media, because the media is worse than YouTubers.
They're competing with you.
They're competing with you. They don't look at you as an ally.
And
they look at you.
You're lower than them because you didn't go to school like they did.
Yes.
You're getting more money than they are.
Yes.
So
and the media is quick to twist things up and put their spin on it. Call you a heckler like they did me, right? I'm out there fighting for justice for this little baby. They're out there calling me a heckler, right? Do I heckle a little bit? No, because nobody's out there entertaining. If you look up the definition of entertaining, you would have to disrupt a show that is being put on to be a heckler. There's no show. This is real life. These are missing kids. These are fucking babies in a dumpster, right? The media's lucky I didn't go crazy out there. That was in the wild Dolly days. You liable to say something about me and get headbutted. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you say some shit to me like that? Right, you with your cardigan sweater on, you little goofy looking bitch. Right, that's how I feel about it. Right, like, you want to get real, you can put that camera down and we can walk out back and let's handle it like men. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at shit, because this is the real world to me. This ain't no TV clip. This ain't no little you was unhinged, right? So that's what I'm saying. You want to mess with somebody that's already a ticking time bomb out there?
No.
Right? No, you don't. Right? You don't. But did I learn from that?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Okay. That's the important thing. People make mistakes. Onatita's made some mistakes, right? Well, he learned from them. I hope he does. Dolly made plenty of mistakes. You see me, I was just as unhinged as he is right now. But did I learn from that? I didn't get, I was on my best behavior. I walked away from any confrontation.
Yep.
I didn't act a fool. I didn't trespass. I didn't do anything. I was damn near Jesus out there. Okay.
I wouldn't have said all that, but yes, you did great.
You know, I was nice to everybody. I helped everybody, the media, the police, the people, just anything I could do to make everybody's life better out there is what I did. Okay. And it felt good. It felt good. You know, I didn't have to duck my head when I walked away from it like, damn, I effed up, right? I could walk away from it proud, knowing that I really made a difference to help, you know, did something good. And it ain't about me anyway. It's about that child, right? That's the problem. When you start making shit about you, that's when it's, dude, this is about the child. This ain't about you. Emmanuel Haro is the star of this show, not Dolly. not Onda Tita, not Vinnie Politan, not Nancy Grace. Emmanuel Haro is the star of this show, you know? And that's what everybody got to remember when they start thinking it's about them. It ain't. It's about that child and justice for that child. Now, let's open the phone lines. We're talking about Jack and Lilly search. We're talking about the body being found in the Tesla belonging to David, the entertainer. And we're talking Emmanuel Haro. Are they going to take a plea deal? Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull the phone lines up. Phone lines are now open. Call-in number is on the screen. Dolly, PJ.
Hey.
Hey.
Dolly Llama.
The llama probably hung out with your mama.
I love PJ. I'm so glad she's up here tonight.
Okay, this Rose? Yeah, it is Rose.
Well, who else would it be?
I don't know. You were quick on the draw tonight, Rose. Your fingers must have been tingling.
Golly gee. Dolly, with all due respect, you can really go on and on before you open the fucking phone line, man. Don't you know I've been just
do you see what the name of this channel is, woman?
What?
Do you see what the name of the channel is?
It is Dolly and PJ.
It says Dolly Vision. It says Dolly Vision.
And excuse me, could you please turn the fan on? I'm feeling kind of, warm. Just like, don't get me hot under the collar tonight.
I'm sitting here because I look mean.
Okay, Rose, get to the damn point, woman.
Okay, here's what pisses me off, if it's okay. We do a lot of work. I don't care if it's on the Tira or Dolly and PJ or JLR or whoever the fuck. If we do all this work to investigate and keep the story out in the bright light, so let's pay attention. Let's figure out what happened here. And they finally get someone arrested, and then you hear plea deal, plea deal. I mean, what's the fucking point?
I know.
Well, I mean, they are in custody. I mean, everybody has been a plea deal. Brian Kohlberger, plea deal. Stephen Stearns,
we do all this
plea
work
deal.
up to all of these cases, and then
Okay, but you're agreeing with me, but you're not really answering my question. Somebody answered my question. What do we do?
I mean, even if we gave him a death penalty, they ain't going to execute him anyway, Rose. So why not just give him the fucking plea deal?
the plea security conviction, Zach says.
I can't hear PJ. I'd like to hear what she said.
I was reading Zach's comment, and he said the plea secures the conviction.
Oh, okay. So we should be grateful for that.
I didn't say that.
I mean, in some cases where they don't have a strong case, I think a plea deal helps, because what if they get off? Then that would be even worse.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, Jimmy. You've been all over the place. As a matter of fact, a while ago, I thought, I'm going to call in. I got to tell Dolly. Remember when I used to call in back in the Gabby Petito case? And that's when I first met you. And I remember thinking, like, looking at your face tonight, even on my screen in the still shot, because I had to turn you off, you look like Buzz Lightyear, like your complexion, the little blue eyes, and the, so happy face that I'm going to find the answers. All you need, PJ, is to put that little plastic shield over top of his face, because you look like Buzz Lightyear. And then, PJ, she's got a snake in her boot.
Hand it to me.
I'm not handing you that big ass alien.
No, the top.
Is anybody listening to me at all?
Yes.
PJ's got a snake in her boot.
Okay. Anything else, Rose?
Yes.
That was witty.
It's a big day tomorrow. Charlie Kirk's funeral thing. And that's kind of, there's just so much shit going on, Dolly. I don't know what to talk about. And it's your fault.
All right, Rose. Well, you have a good one. We will talk to you next time.
Okay. Couple beers later. Bye.
All right, peace. I hope she drinks slow. Yeah, I hope she drinks slow. Sip it, woman. Sip that beer.
Use a straw.
That'd be quick.
I know.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Let me turn you down. Hey, it's Rita from Dexter.
Here.
Yeah, I hear.
And this
I'll
is like
share.
delayed by like an hour.
I'll share with you. Here. Hey, Rita.
Hey, Rita.
Hey. Hey, PJ.
Hey.
Hey. Man, these cases keep popping up all week. All this different stuff. But I want to talk about the rapper.
Okay.
Or whatever he is.
He's a pop singer.
Whatever he is. I don't care if he's a gospel singer.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not a singer. Well, not.
Yeah. But my thing with that is I've been in that. I've been doing deep dives into that and really looking into that one since it came out because you guys, you know how. So I've been watching all the videos and looking at all that, looking at the videos of him and the girl together.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that girl way before she disappeared. There's pictures of him all over the place with that girl when she was like 11, 12.
Yeah.
He met that girl online. He started courting that girl. He was way too old then. She ran away twice before she even went missing, and she was with him both times.
Yeah.
And when they brought her home, he should have been arrested then. The police failed that girl. I'm sorry. She would be alive today if he had went down the first time for being the pedo he is. He should have been arrested the first time he was caught with her.
Mm-hmm.
The mom can speak little to no English.
Mm-hmm.
All she knew was her daughter had a boyfriend named David, an older boy. She knew the boy was trouble because her daughter kept running off with the boy. The mom has cooperated with police. And my thing is this, he should have been locked up way before now. Now we have a dismembered girl.
Now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
He's still not locked up.
Why ain't he locked up now?
No, he's not locked up, but guess what? He's about to be. His boosters have done pulled. He's not in the next award show. He's been canceled out. He's already stopping his tour. Yes, he might have canceled a couple of dates, but more are coming. When you start losing boosters, big wigs know you're about to go down. He's losing his endorsements.
Mm-hmm.
That does not just happen unless people know something. And there's too many coincidences in this case. He wrote a song about this girl.
Ship is sinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One thing about it is he wrote that song Celeste. And he also has a song that wasn't supposed to be released, but it was leaked. And that is the song, the murder song or the homicide song. And that song has some graphical lyrics in it. And it's talking about having to pretty much take out someone you love. Mm-hmm. And it's too coincidental. And it was in 2023 as she was, messing with him then. And then after that, there was that song, Celeste, the tattoo. He was seeing this girl. She was found in his car. That was his house that got raided. His manager rented that house in his name because he was underage when he became famous. He was 17. That's why the house is in the manager's name.
Yeah.
Because you cannot rent property. They're saying it was like a $20,000 a month rent is what they were paying at that place. And the manager is the one that was paying for all of that. So they can say the singer is guilty, but the managers have to know something too.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood is one big scam. It's victim after victim and child after child. The Jeffrey Epstein case alone, I mean, come on. It's like these kids just get trafficked out there. But he was actually seeing this girl. This was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And girls from his videos, Dolly, are coming out and talking and saying they remember her from video shoots. She was at the video shoots with him.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been going on for a while before she even went
all out missing where there were posters up. And there's a lot of people saying the mom didn't report her missing. The mom has reported her missing every time. You can get on to your kids and you can tell them what to do, what not. Kids are going to run off and do things they shouldn't do. And yes, you should watch your kids, but you also have, you're humans. You have to work. You have to support your family. You got to keep your house up. You got to, you're trying your best. And these kids, these girls do meet these older boys and they do take off with them. And these awful things happen. And the reason this is getting so much attention is because he's a singer. This wasn't getting any attention at all until they found out whose name that Tesla was in.
Yeah.
And that's whenever that the attention started coming, and that's when it came all through. It's everywhere. The videos are ridiculous. They're all through Facebook. If I tagged PJ in every video I have seen, she would block me because there is so many of them. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, it's a lot on TikTok too. A lot of them are coming out on TikTok.
Yeah. And so that's why I was like, I want to call in about this case because I want to clear some things up. He's been seeing her since she was 11, not 13, 11. And she's went missing twice before. Okay. And that's a very sad case. And the other case I wanted to talk to you guys about is the case of the two girls, they're sisters, and they keep running away from home. They keep missing and they're finding them safe and they're missing again. And I put that on Facebook today and I tagged you in it, Dolly. I was like, could you look at this? I don't know. They're like 11 years old. They were missing in August. They found them. They found them safe. And I sent it to, and I said, they've been found safe. I said, but then they're missing again. And apparently their mother has passed away when they were 3. And everybody's I don't know what everybody. So we don't know if it's foul play or not, but they are right at the teenager, like 11, 12-year-old girls, and they're sisters. I don't know if they're twins, but they do look a lot alike.
Yeah, they probably just runaways.
Yeah, but they have already found them once, and then now they're missing again, and this time they haven't found them.
Okay.
So that's very concerning.
Well, I'll check that out. I haven't really heard about that yet, but I'll look into it.
Okay. All right. And baby Emmanuel, I hope they find him. I hope these idiots tell the truth. That's just a messed up case all the way around.
Yeah. Okay,
but
Rita.
Buzz, I know you got a show to do, Buzz Lightyear, so I'm getting off the
phone. All right.
Bye.
All right. Buzz Lightyear. Okay. To space and beyond, right? Infinity. Is that what he said? Infinity.
To infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. Okay. Dolly Lightyear. Let's open the phone lines back up. All right. Remember, we're talking.
Do you hear your dog out there crying?
Yes. Dolly. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. Who's this?
Mandy from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Buzz Lightyear. I guess PJ's little Bo Peep. I don't know. Oh Lord. I think sometimes when they do the plea deals, I think they're doing it to save money for the trial, and then sometimes I think they're trying to spare the families to a certain extent.
Possibly. I mean, yeah, definitely save money because, to try them, you're talking, $1 million trial and it's high profile, and yeah, it would save a ton of money. And, but to spare the family, they are the family. That's the bad thing, right? Like, I think it's an easier conviction if they have the body and they tell. And I do believe it'll end up in some type of plea deal.
Yeah, I think it's just easier for them as far as the system, money-wise. And I was thinking, when I said to spare the family, with Brian Kohlberger, some of the family members were okay with the plea deal.
Yeah.
And then some of them weren't.
Yeah.
So in a case where it's not the family member who did it, when they do a plea, sometimes I think because of like, you know, if they have it out of town, they have to travel, they have to hear all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Over and over phase. I think it's, you know, sometimes I think they are trying to spare the family, and then a lot of times I think it's just the money, the cost.
What was the other girl? Dylan and Bethany raised what, $100,000? She raised over $100,000 to, I guess, PTSD fund.
Oh wow.
That's what I said. I was like, you didn't even call the police. You raised $100,000. She should give that to the. She should give that to the family.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. You're saying Dylan?
I mean, I got PTSD. Anybody want to give me $100,000?
I do too, from a lot of different situations.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You didn't even get stabbed, right? Like, you didn't even get a paper cut.
PTSD from these bills. How about that?
And then you got family, like I said, they got family having to pay to get in there and hotels and all that stuff. And this girl raised over $100,000. Like, what about the family?
He was charged to pay the family members $5,000 each.
$1,000 apiece, $5,000. That ain't nothing, though.
I know.
How's he gonna pay him?
He's not. I mean, he might work for it. Like they'll get $1 at a time.
Yeah. Great.
Well, I think, you know, they said something about him interviewing. They were concerned about him, like writing a book, that professor he had.
Yeah.
That he was like, you know, they asked her if she would do an interview with him, if he was willing, if they fell to somebody, like, what's the one? The Long Island serial killer.
Oh, yeah. Gilgo Beach.
Yeah.
Rex. His wife did $1 million deal, what, in the first week?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought they
divorced him.
Like,
I mean, they didn't say nothing. You ain't, but they don't mean your family can't, and that's only in certain states.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have. I mean, Idaho don't have that. So Brian Kohlberger could profit off his murders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they told him that he would have to pay that $5,000 and stuff if he ever did a book deal. That's why usually they make your fine so high, is because if you ever do that deal and you get taxable income, they can take it.
Well, what is $5,000? So, I mean, these people have lost their. I think they need to do more with it. I mean, I know that sometimes they want to study these people to try to maybe prevent certain things from happening if it's possible, but them benefiting financially off of the things that they did, like what's his name, the little clown man.
John Wayne Gacy. That's one of the reasons they created that law,
because of him.
Gacy got rich.
Yeah, the paintings and stuff that he did.
Look, you know, I don't even think they would have executed John Wayne Gacy. I don't know if you know this, but there was a video that surfaced of John Wayne Gacy in the prison, and he had a stack of money. He had a plate of cocaine and a prostitute, a male prostitute, which was dressed like a woman, in his cell. They ended up firing the guards, the warden, and shortly after that, they executed him.
Wow.
Yeah, but if that video had never surfaced, they probably would have never even executed John Wayne Gacy. He was running the jail.
What about the guy? What about that one guy who just killed those 4 people but spared the baby? And they had the videos of him getting pizza and liquor and stuff.
Yeah, Austin Drummond. Yeah. And he was in maximum security penitentiary too, and was getting all that stuff.
At that time?
Yeah, he was in max.
And you would think by now they wouldn't have all this stuff going on, but there's people who are willing. And then I wonder if his baby mama, his girlfriend,
she's trying to see him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. She's been trying to, like, she's been trying to talk to him. Yeah.
I can't believe that. After he done killed up all her family.
Yeah.
She doesn't believe it, did it?
Yeah. So Yeah, but hey, look, we appreciate you calling in.
All right. Y'all have a good evening.
You too. Peace. Yeah, there's some prisons you can profit off of your crimes, and there's some states you can't profit off your crimes. And it goes into the Charles Manson and John Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy. During their days, they were getting rich. And I mean rich for the times.
See, there's this guy with this girl on live stream. Like, it literally is documented to the point where it's been happening. People knew about it.
That's controversial. It's
You
controversial.
didn't show them about me.
Well,
You got to go full
I sent you the
JLR.
video. I'm not holding the thing. My arm is already tired.
You got to go full JLR.
Done.
Dolly.
Dolly, it's TK in Texas.
Hey.
Hey, so I have a theory on this David thing. If he was paying these young kids that were her age at the school, as the teacher said, like blackmailing them, what are the odds that he wasn't blackmailing and that he hadn't paid the parents off as well?
Are you talking about the singer, the pop singer?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. According to the mother, she didn't get paid off.
I mean, I was just because I mean, it's just kind of weird that it was obvious that it was out there on.
I mean,
videos,
even
they
if
were
he
on
was
social
paying
media,
for
they
it,
were on live stream.
even if you're a pedo and you're paying for it, it don't make it right.
I know. Oh, I'm not saying that it's right by no means.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of suspicious that, you know, I'm not victim blaming either, you know, at all. But I'm just saying, like, what are the odds that he wasn't, you know, paying them off too?
I mean, that's possible. I mean, that's the problem with these people that got money and think they can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, and he had fame pretty much handed to him, and then he wants to do something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who handed him fame when he's horrible. I mean,
Well, I mean, I guess TikTok's famous, if you want to take that with a grain of salt, whatever you can call that.
Yeah. I mean, he had a house in Beverly Hills and, you know, a new
That's
Tesla.
something.
He had more money than I have, but I mean, his talent wise, he sucked.
Well, not anymore. He don't. He ended up screwing himself there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be free long. And you know, everything,
no, me either.
everything
It's
he
just a matter
did
of
build will crumble. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because he didn't build his house on a solid foundation, so his shit's going to crumble in just a matter of time. I would say within the week, 2 weeks, he'll be in jail.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking by midweek, surely.
Yeah, the more this blows up in the media, the quicker the police are going to have to respond.
It's all over YouTube. That's all. It's all over my feed.
Oh yeah, well then, yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on him.
Yeah, I mean, I actually heard about it a couple weeks ago, and I didn't pay it much mind. And then we were sitting around, and we were watching something earlier, and they were talking about him, and I was like, well, we'll bring him up tonight and dabble in on it, because the big thing to me is he's just not in jail, you know. And like, if this was me or you, we'd be in jail.
Oh, for sure. And watching your tour, literally, when I went back and watched it, and he kept repeating over and over how heavily under surveillance that whole area is.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, they got drones that fly over it. I remember him saying that they patrol it with drones. They got
Yeah,
planes.
he kept saying it over and over. He was like, because he said it's on every light pole, every street, every light, everything.
Yeah.
That they even have the license plate readers. From
Yeah,
the
I mean, you
drones
got
that
all
fly
them.
around. So there's no way that they're just not going to figure this out.
You got not only millionaires out there, you got billionaires out there.
Oh,
right?
I know.
So,
And you know what's crazy is that where he said Halle Berry's house was is like way up high.
yeah,
So that was
my
where
thing was,
the most richest people live.
I would think you'd be a little harder to get to, but it don't really look that hard to get to those houses. You know, like I would think it'd be a little tougher to get to you, but really it ain't. I mean, you can basically go up on any of
back
them.
and watching it, I was like, whoa. I was like, some of these really aren't as secure as you would think they would be.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was thinking, well, you know, if I had $1 million,
Some of these gates, I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is that going to do?
Yeah, it looks good, but I mean, I'm sure people have security detail in the house, probably armed.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
I
sure. I mean,
would.
you couldn't have that kind of house and not.
Yeah, because but then again, when we see these murders, where's all the security at during these murders that take place
True.
in Beverly Hills? It's always somebody home alone and shit. It's like weird. Like, I mean, if I had that much money, I'm gonna have somebody there to protect me at all times.
Oh, same. I mean, that would be chump change compared to what you.
Yeah, because
I
what's
mean,
your
these
life
houses
worth
are
to you?
ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, like I would have 24-hour security that stood over at my door while I slept, armed.
For sure.
I would be, even when I went out in public, I'd have somebody with me armed constantly, because people kill you over $20 these days. Imagine what they'll do to you
I
over
know
$1
you can
million.
get killed at your local grocery store. I mean, your local convenience store for $20.
And a lot of these people are
Easily.
wearing them chains that are like $100, $200, $300,000 chains. I've seen people get shot for $50.
I'm like saying, what in the heck? Like, I'm going.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dolly.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, the people in Hollywood, I would have presidential security if I had that much money. And I'm sure the bigger you are out there, like Justin Bieber's, if you try to go to Justin Bieber's house, I'm sure he has armed guards at the gate, cameras, motion detectors, all that stuff to stop intruders. And especially a lot of these women celebrities that, I don't know. It just looked like when I was going through there, it looked pretty easy to get to your house. Like, but I mean, when you're famous, you got to live somewhere, you technically got to live somewhere. PJ is getting ready to go to bed. She is a little, I stay up later than PJ does. So she's on, work schedule. I'm on Dolly time schedule, which, I sleep when I want to sleep. She can't quite do that. So, but good debating her tonight, right? Now, a lot of you guys may think we're fighting or arguing, but we don't fight or argue. That's how we talk to each other about true crime. We agree on some things and we disagree on things and we kick back and forth. It's really, we enjoy true crime, right? And we're passionate about what we do. So we don't argue about nothing but true crime. Everything else we get great with, right? So, but we're not the same person, right? Me and PJ do think differently, on different things. And I wouldn't want somebody that agrees with everything I say anyway. I like being able to debate and have a discussion and, hear what other people think may occur, just like I like, telling you my opinion. I like hearing other people's opinions. That's why I do the call-in show. Okay, let me open the phone lines back open. I got time to take a few on here tonight. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Neil Daniel in Kingsland, Texas again.
Hey, Neil.
Hey, I was watching Nancy Grace, and she covered this last night, and she was interviewing somebody from TMZ.
Uh-huh.
And they've been following it pretty close. And I watched somebody else too. I can't remember who. But anyway, on it. And they were saying that Tesla, that it has like 12 cameras, and if somebody like approaches or messes with the car, the
it starts videoing, yeah.
Oh yeah, so with all that technology they'll have to get with Tesla, it might take a couple days, but I'm like you, I think that there will be an arrest coming soon.
Yeah.
And they also said the home that he was living in that was under his manager's name in Hollywood Hills there, they said that there was a lot of parties going on before his world tour or whatever. Mm-hmm. And there was several calls to the police, and it was young people and music too loud, and it wasn't flying over so good in Hollywood Hills with the neighbors.
Yeah.
But they also said they got a search warrant, and they went in they searched the entire property. They searched the home, and according to TMZ, he said that the guy that Nancy Grace was talking to said that he talked with one of the police of what all they were doing, And somehow he got the source that they used that luminol searching for blood. Now, of course, he doesn't know what they found. But
I know
he
they took a
did
computer out of there. They said that.
Yeah,
they
took the computer, and he said several bags of evidence, but he had no idea what was in the bags. But, you know, it's kind of like when you were out there with Emmanuel Haro. You saw him search the home, and then a couple days goes by until they have enough, and then all of a sudden, boom, they drop the hammer, you know. So I would guess that an arrest is coming pretty soon.
I think so too. I think he knows that too. That's why he's canceled his tour.
Right. And the only other thing I thought was, even if someone else close to him was connected with that Tesla, it's going to get them. You know, there's going to be some more answers come to us within the coming days.
Yeah, let's just say somebody else did it. Let's hypothetically say somebody else did it.
Right.
Wouldn't he be worried about where his girlfriend's at?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I mean, wouldn't you be like, "Oh, my girlfriend's missing"? Like, would you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he had to know.
And his car was missing, and he never even filed it as missing. So.
Well, I mean, if it's outside of his home, it's not really missing.
Exactly. But I mean, even when it was towed to the impound lot and stuff, it's weird.
Yeah, I'll eat it in a minute. Yeah, I mean, I think he's done. I think you're right. It'll be a matter of time, and you'll see damn JLR up here holding his phone and talking about breaking news, spear fingers.
Right.
He'll be arrested, right?
Pointing at it, yeah.
Pointing at the phone, shit. We get this.
Exactly.
This in, right? It'll be like this. How long give my impression?
You do a good impression with that.
Right? Breaking news.
Yeah. Breaking news.
Come on in, people.
Right.
David's been arrested, right? David's been arrested. That's how it's going to go, right? So,
right.
Yeah, I see it coming. And I mean, let me look at my crystal ball. Hold on. Let me look in the crystal ball, and I'll tell y'all what's going to happen. Let's see. Hold on. I got to mix it up. I got to mix the crystal ball. Let's get it going. Let's see. Yep, he's definitely going to jail. I see it in the crystal ball, and he's not going to be riding to jail in a Tesla. Okay. I think he's lawyering up right now, and they're going to take out warrants for him, and he's going to turn himself in.
Right.
You know, all these dudes try to fight it. So I'm sure he'll try to fight it. Good lawyers. And, but I think he's done.
Well, like his, the lady that called in earlier was saying, they were saying that they pulled a lot of his sponsorship and keep canceling, because I think he was supposed to perform. He did Seattle, then it was supposed to be San Francisco, and then LA. And
I wouldn't show up in LA. I wouldn't show up in LA.
No,
if I was.
No, but he was scheduled to appear there this weekend. So
stay in California, bro, because you about to go.
Right. Well, we'll have to keep following it. But I thought of
what do they got in Cali? San Quentin? Ain't it San Quentin? In Cali?
It might be. I know they had the famous Alcatraz there in San
Francisco.
Yeah, but I don't know what's in LA, but there's got to be a famous prison there.
Jenna says even the 8 Ball saying outlook not so good.
Yeah. When they were talking about his home in the Hollywood Hills, I was thinking about you driving that
Lambo.
Lambo, yeah, that was pretty cool. So just the other day.
Well, I didn't run that girl over. I know that.
No, but it kind of like, at least I can picture the area because you were just there.
Yeah. I mean, I know the area good. I spent a little time in it that day. So, I mean, I rode all through it. That's really nice. It's really nice, you know.
Right.
A little overpriced, I think.
Right. Well, when I talked to you the other night, of course, we were talking about the Charlie Kirk, and I told you about my 12-year-old boy and what he had to say. But anyway, I am praying that things go smoothly, because tomorrow is the
funeral
whole thing. Yes, at the stadium.
Ain't they suspecting like 65,000 people to show up for that?
I know it's capable of holding that many, and they're even expecting overflow. Yeah.
Wow.
Be a lot of people.
Wow, that is insane.
they're treating it with security like a presidential inauguration or something. Of course, Trump and Vance are supposed to speak, and yeah, it'll be quite a deal. I think that's around noon tomorrow or something.
Okay, well, I'll try to be up for it. If I don't sit up and watch late night TV tonight.
Right. All right, Dolly.
All right, you be good.
You guys take care and tell PJ hello.
All right, I will. Peace.
All right, later, buddy.
Yeah, I even seen that, on the Charlie Kirk thing, I've seen that Obama had spoke out about it. And he said he'd never had that type of hatred in the White House while he was there. And I'm not for sure if that was a shot at Charlie Kirk or if that was a shot at Donald Trump. I'm not quite sure. But he said, this is what Obama said, that there's extremists on the left and there's extremists on the right. And I agree with that. That's the same thing I said. Everybody's not bad. There's some bad people over here and there's some bad people over here. And the majority of all the people are good people. It's just these bad players or bad actors make everybody look bad. But a really inappropriate time for Obama to be taking shots at people. Like, you could have left that out, Obama. And what you said, I would have been like, yeah, that's kind of what I said. But then you had to fire off and take that shot. Like, you could not let it go and you had to get one off. Not a good look there, buddy. Not a good look. I have to say, sometimes it's better to say nothing than to say something fucking stupid. Right? That's how I feel about it, right? Like, dude, you should have just shut up. Like, you were like, well, I was agreeing with you. Like, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. And then a lot of people think you took a shot at Charlie Kirk. But what he said was he didn't have that type of hatred in the White House when he was in it. Now, you were just talking about Charlie Kirk, and then you said that. Is that a shot at the president or is that a shot at Charlie Kirk? You didn't really send a clear message, right? Your message wasn't clear, right? Because people could perceive it as you just said something bad about Charlie Kirk, that he is hateful, right? Or you were saying it about the president. Now, I don't think people care if you say Trump is hateful, right? We know he can say some stupid shit, right? Everybody knows that. But when you go start talking about people that are dead, if that is what you meant, because it's like I said, you didn't clarify what you were saying, it could be perceived that you just said something about this dead man, right? And that, damn, right? Could you, there's a time and place for things. It's too fresh to be so politically driven, right? And I don't know, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. We got to remember the last thing his family is going to remember is him being shot. It's going to be hard for them to ever not see that and for the world to unsee it. That really, really hurt you guys on the left, okay? It just, a political assassination in 2025. You shut one voice up, but you outraged the voices of millions. That didn't help, right? Now, I ain't gonna try to I'm not a political person. I'm not running for president anytime soon, right? But this is what I mean about people having a good heart. If you're going to say something good, and then shut up, right? That's it. Don't throw the punch. Now ain't the time to throw punches at each other. This is the time to grieve and mourn and to love his family and let his family, grieve. Not be shocked by what somebody says, right? The whole world is traumatized. I believe that. And I believe that, like I said, a lot of people on the left are good people. A lot of people on the right are good people. We have some extremists on the left and we have some extremists on the right. And I don't know how us good people shut those people down, because listen, we shouldn't be divided as a country at all. We should all come together. How that happens, like Ronald Reagan said, we need an alien invasion, okay, for the world to come together. And not just our country, but all the countries together. We're all brothers and sisters in this. And what it makes me think of is, I don't know how many of y'all listen to the band Clutch. There's a band called Clutch, and they have a song called Escape from the Prison Planet. And, you know, you think about this, we're all stuck on this planet together. We're all trapped. All of us. So we're all equals. We're all prisoners on a prison planet. So you should treat each other fairly and good as an equal, because we're basically, like Martin Luther King said, we were all created equals. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all earthlings first. There's so many invisible walls and political parties and this, but we got to find a way to bridge those gaps. And I know we're not going to agree on everything. Nobody is. We're all human. We're going to have our differences of opinion, but we need to find a way to come to common ground, and respect is a good way, right? Just have respect for each other and be a decent person, you know, and that'll carry us a long way in this world. Now, with that said, I'm going to end it on something positive and good. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. You guys be good. Stay safe. All right. You never know. Lock your doors. Check under your bed. The boogeyman's real. Okay. The boogeyman is real. And he looks like your next door neighbor. All right. Just saying. Don't get in no Teslas tonight. And let's pray for Jack and Lilly that these cadaver dogs find something. Let's pray for Emmanuel Haro that they do recover this baby and the parents are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And let's just hope, with little evidence we have right now, that, you know, this David guy, this really shitty entertainer that sounds like a dying animal, is arrested, or at least brought in to explain why there's a dead damn body in his car. Makes sense, right? And I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the merch store. We got like new hats. We got all kinds of cool new stuff. Look, these are the hats. Bam. We got Turtle Island. We got Dolly Vision. We got the camo. We got the purple Mardi Gras, right? It says Dolly Vision with your sugar skulls. We got the pink Dolly Vision. And if you get your orders in, we will get them out to you in the next couple days. We're actually moving right along with the hat orders and everything like that. So get them while you can, because don't be like, Dolly, I want to get one of those hats, and then we sold out of them, and then I'm going to be like, yeah, well, I tried to tell you to get them while you could, right? And all you have to do is go to buydollysoap.com, and it's a great way to support the channel, to keep the lights on, keep Dolly fed, and makes great Christmas presents, right? Look, Christmas is just a few months. You don't want to wait till the last minute, right? You need to act now. Act now, okay? 3 easy payments of $19.95. You can own this channel, all right? You guys be good. I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace.